Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Always talking my shit. Ashley, you got a condom in your pocket when you come home, baby. You are sloppy.
Rihanna,
I think you want to shit.
Why? All of her was up.
I'm still single. What about you?
Sabrina. I need more controversial friends. That's crazy though. That's just like, I don't even know. I'm gonna need y'all to comment, like, subscribe. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back. This is Always Talking My Shit with
Ashley,
Tiana,
Melanie.
and Sabrina. And today we have guests. Give them a round of applause.
Season 2,
Yay.
episode 2.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys to introduce yourselves. So say your name, your age, and where you're from.
Whoa. Sounds like some love stuff.
Sounds like some Christian mingle action.
Age, sex, location.
Right. Man, sales.
Do I gotta go?
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
whoever.
Well, do I gotta give my real name? I don't like giving my
Give
real
whatever name you'd like.
Oh my God.
whatever you're comfortable.
D Money. Go ahead.
name. All right. They call me Caramel Thunder.
Oh my God, that's your stage name.
The stage name, and that's for my OnlyFans follow. But anyway, we're gonna go with 33.
Okay.
And
Damn.
I'm from everywhere.
Nigga, old
Okay.
as fuck.
Okay.
You are actually.
Damn.
Well, fuck you too.
Jay, my name is Jay. 30, 3-0. You know what I mean?
Where you from?
I live in Antioch.
Okay. Okay.
It's Marquavis, the one and only. I'm definitely 33, and I live in Concord.
Okay.
You're 33? Really?
I'm 33.
Yeah. You graduated 07, right?
Oh wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought
So he's your age, yeah.
Class of 2010, dub and a half.
Okay.
Oh my God.
you were 22.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate it. And let's get into our first topic.
You're welcome.
Okay, so there's a new, I don't want to say new because I actually don't know how long they've been on YouTube, but there's a couple of people on YouTube and they're called the Passport Bros. Have you guys heard of them?
Absolutely.
No.
I have not.
Nope.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay. So,
The passport bros.
The passport bros.
Hey, listen.
He,
When they hear
Marquavis be on.
just wait.
He be on social
no,
media.
go ahead.
Hey, when they look, y'all gonna become passport, bro.
No.
That sounds so weird.
It's not a bad
Okay,
thing.
it's not
Okay.
a bad thing, but I know my guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have. So
Okay, just wait.
Yeah, let me
I think I'm
explain.
familiar.
Okay, so Passport Bros, they basically are in what is now known as like red pill content. They're in the manosphere. They're in this what's actually blowing up on the internet to bring light to, men's struggles and trying to date modern women, and especially in America. So they are promoting this idea that the only place they're going to find wives are outside of the United States. So they travel to find wives, and then they post their experience on YouTube on why foreign women are going to make better wives than American women. So,
Wow.
That's rude as fuck.
So now we have more to
y'all.
fucking
I'm the prize
deal
in
with.
this case, okay?
yeah. So they are getting a lot of hate because they bring they shine a light on American women's flaws.
Yeah.
So the women are, up in arms. So
are they more submissive outside of the
of
United
course.
States?
Yeah. I mean,
Most
go ahead,
definitely.
Clavis.
I would say this, man. Yeah, we do have a problem with modern women. The reason why I think
get into
they get
it.
a lot of slack is because they think it's like sex tourism.
Yeah.
You go, if I'm going to the Dominican Republic, not me. If people are going to the Dominican Republic, right? You hitting up a red light district, doing whatever. You find a chick that over there it's different. They wake up, they make you breakfast. They, you want a foot massage, you get a foot massage. Y'all ain't giving foot massages over there. But-
And I'm making breakfast.
Okay.
But yes.
First of all,
Okay, so there's prerequisites, right?
I love
They have
it.
my socks on. The dog's got to be, cut or whatever.
Yeah.
No, ain't none of that over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
no questions asked.
It's not,
They're gonna give you the
questions
pedicure.
asked. So
Yeah.
those cats are falling in love over. Now again, this is a certain type of man,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But it works for them.
So what about you guys? What do you think about just that idea in general already? Like,
I think there's 2 points to that. I think one is when you said it shines a light on some of the flaws with American women. I don't necessarily think that it's focused on highlighting flaws. I think it's more so highlighting kind of the strengths of the places abroad, right?
I like the perspective.
Right. So I would say that that's one of the things that it does, and that's really just what men are looking for. So when they decide to go, abroad to find such and such. I think that's their preference, and I feel like when you don't fall into that preference, then you may take insult to that, or you might have a problem with it, right? So the other point would be that traditionally, men are going over there because they're trying to seeking something, traditional values or traditional,
women.
Right,
Yeah.
traditional women. So if you're not able to find that here and you go out there to seek it, I don't see where that would be a problem outside of not fitting that preference. And you got to look at America, where there's which a lot of people will consider a failed society, right? Where you hear things like, for example, female promiscuity, super celebrated in America, right? But that's not traditional in other places. That's not how they move, or and so forth. So if that happens to fall inside of a man's preference, where he wants to go somewhere where women take pride in being submissive, or women take pride in
Purity.
not being purity and so forth, then I think that would be an option to explore. Why would you sit here in America and just force yourself to be in a situation where you're complaining other than changing your situation?
I like the perspective.
Right. That's one of the things I think. I don't think people should complain. I think if you're not willing to do something to change your circumstances, then you should shut up. But those people are willing to do something about it.
So wait, so basically you're saying we don't want these bitches that got 20 bodies. We want these bitches with no bodies.
What he's saying is it's a preference.
What I'm saying is that those niggas are saying we don't want these bitches with 20 bodies.
Yes, exactly.
So they're going to over here, and they want women that listen. Like over here, it's like this culture, right? It's a cultural shift, right? So boss bitch, like over here, it comes down, it boils down to she makes X amount of money. She's the man of the house, or you know what I mean? Like it comes down to money, right?
Yeah.
Right. She's independent. It comes down to that. But when you look at how we've traditionally been, and you look at other places, it doesn't boil down to that. A man is a man, and a woman is a woman, regardless of outside issues of how much she's making or how much she's making. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying
go ahead
that.
and preach.
Yeah,
Preach,
I'm not
brother,
saying
preach.
that. I'm not saying that all women should be, be submissive to like a fucking dickhead or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? If a nigga's willing to. If a dude's willing to provide and be in that traditional frame of a man, he should be entitled, or he should be okay with going to look abroad for somebody that's gonna fit what he's. You know what I mean? If you have a woman, I don't need a man. Why would a man that doesn't need a woman go look for that? That doesn't make any sense.
So are you saying that you think women should not be upset with men who are looking for wives abroad?
Exactly.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a one-sided argument, right?
Because that's their preference.
If a woman was to say, "I want somebody who's handsome, who's wealthy, who knows what they want in life," right? How many people does that? How many men does that cut out of the equation?
Yeah, it's
that
the top
wouldn't be a problem.
15%.
A man, right? A man would be like, "Damn, I don't fit that. Oh well, let me try this 3."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like for whatever reason, if a man was to say, "I'm gonna go abroad because I want to find somebody submissive, I want to find somebody who listens, I want to find somebody that doesn't feel like she needs to do all this extra stuff," whatever, you know what I mean? Just be more of a wife, all right, or whatever the case. Women will complain and say something's wrong with the dude for saying what they want, but a man's never gonna be like, "Oh man, she only wants somebody with abs."
Yeah.
He don't get his ass in the gym and try to get some abs or do something to try to make himself attractive. It's only one segment that feels like complaining about the other person's preference will resolve the solution.
Yeah, because I did see like on Twitter when everyone was talking about this specific topic, they said that the men were going to like Asian countries, like they're going to China, they were going to the Philippines, and a lot of women are complaining that obviously the Passport brothers predominantly they're black, and they're choosing Asian, they're choosing Asian descent women. Yeah. So a lot of black women are mad.
Which is understandable to a degree.
That's a whole
to a
other-
degree.
It's a whole different but still that's why a lot of women are mad.
So from an accountability standpoint, right? If I'm mad about something, right? There's only one thing you could do, right? Or two things you could do. You could either complain, or you can do what's necessary in order to fix it, right? So
but that would mean that women would need to change,
right.
and they're fighting
God
that.
forbid.
Women, you have to change.
I think that they should. But
have
go
to
ahead, T.
change.
Go say what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So
I hope they don't cancel me. Sorry, black community. But I feel like we are the ones that complain the most. Because we have such a bad narrative of being too strong, being too angry, being too independent. And like I was saying on our last episode, like we need to change that narrative. We need to like let go of our hurt and like learn to be in our soft girl era. Stop letting the men put that on us.
Yeah. Yeah, accountability.
I actually seen on Twitter the other day, this girl tweeted, she said, I would never date a black man that dated outside of the black race.
I respect that.
That's crazy.
I don't think that. Nah, I don't think that's crazy.
That's crazy
I kind of got some
because
respect for that.
listen, if a woman sits here, Melanie, would you date a man that's 5'6"?
Yikes.
I'm only 5'3".
Can you ask me this question in 90 days?
Well, okay, so what I'm saying is,
It's a preference.
I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say 100% no. I'm not going to say 100% no because I have different perspective on things. So it's tough.
Yeah, no, but it's okay to have that.
It is. Absolutely is.
It's okay to say no. 5'8" my limit, or 5'10" is my limit.
That's your preference. You're
I would
entitled
say
to
that
that.
It's going to make it harder for you,
Yeah,
but
it's going to make it harder for me.
Boom.
I would be low key blocking my blessings.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what
I
I'm
feel like
saying
height
is,
preference is
she
different.
has that preference,
Yes.
right? And women do this all the time. Oh, if you're under 6 feet, forget it. If you make under 60,000, forget it. Now, we don't go and do that. We just be like, hey, I'm finna go to the Philippines because they have this, and then it's like, oh,
Pay this
you don't
$10.
date- Yeah, you don't date black women.
Not $10.
You stupid. And it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
man, we just doing what y'all doing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's like we're unable to do what y'all wanted equality, right? Y'all
Yeah.
wanted to be on the same level.
No. I don't want equality.
I don't think. Yeah, no, we don't want that.
No, okay.
But I get it.
Yeah, women have fought for equality for years,
Yeah.
right? And you guys got it.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
now
problem.
you
Can
don't
we take
want
it back?
Now-
But I think
now
that
you don't want it.
Yeah, I think that problem too also leads to women just still thinking where there isn't equality when there absolutely is. So,
Right.
go ahead.
To me, I feel like part of the issue, or the majority of the issue, is you got to think like leadership, right? Leadership to our demographic, to the women in our demographic, is mainly coming from where? Celebrities or social media,
Yeah.
right? So if they telling you, oh, you making 80? Oh, you a boss bitch? You ain't got to listen to the nigga. You know what I mean? Or you ain't got to listen to no dude. Or they telling you whatever narrative that they're shifting, right? Regardless of how you feel about that, that's making you less submissive. That's inflating your ego to the point where you feel like okay, I'm making this much. Let's say y'all both making 80. You feel like, all right, well, we 50-50 in it. We're absolutely the same. And you equate being the same to being like, oh, I don't have to listen or be somewhat submissive. But there's a lot of things that are completely ignored that men do in relationships that aren't accounted for by you know, the account. For instance, if somebody were to break into your house, if you're going 50-50, the woman's not going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to go check this dude that broke into the house, right? You walking down the street and somebody squeezes her butt, she's going to look at you. She's going to look at the man like, hey, this dude, and you got to be ready to fight for that. And ultimately, you got to be ready to put your life on the line for the woman. So there's a lot of things that doesn't get equated in this whole kind of, you know, how things go with the 50-50. Oh, if we're going 50-50, how am I going to listen to you as a man? Well, because naturally, a man wants to protect his woman, right? He wants to protect himself, and he wants to have a vision for the future, X, Y, Z, if he cares about you. I'm not talking about situations where somebody doesn't care about you, right?
Right.
So in that circumstance, yeah, you might go 50-50 on this, but you still got to understand, like, yeah, how can he lead or protect if he has no type of control or no type of say over the things that you over the things that you do? So that's one of the things that when people go abroad looking for women's or whatever, or the password women's women's when people go abroad looking for that they're just looking for, you know, some type of submission, understanding, not somebody that's going to be a headache all of the time.
Yeah, I hear what you're
somebody
saying.
they can lead. You can't lead somebody that don't want to listen to you.
It makes sense when you put it in perspective as that's just their preference.
Right. A dude is supposed to, worst case scenario, let's say you're going 50-50. He loves you, cares about you, all of that. You have his child. He's supposed to be prepared to die for you in the event that something to that level occurs, right? And so, but it gets lost in the shuffle. Nobody ever accounts for that. It always comes, well, if I'm splitting, maybe because this nigga's prepared to fucking die for you.
Yeah.
Maybe this nigga's ready to die. Maybe if somebody broke into the house, this nigga would lay down his life and die so that you were protected, right? So all of that gets escaped when we talk about the 50-50 or any of the other conversations.
I think, like you said, the word control. I think that right there is a huge.
That's a trigger. That's a trigger.
Misconception. Submissive has nothing to do with control.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And that's
I disagree with that.
No.
okay. Go ahead.
I disagree with that.
let's hear it.
Listen. The reason I disagree with you want to say what you want, and then I'll
go
respond.
ahead. No, I gotta
The
hear
reason why I say submission has nothing to do with control is because there's a negative stigma attached to the word control, right? If I say, let's say in my mind, I realize outside is dangerous, right? And you think, oh, I'm gonna go to the club, I'm gonna walk back by myself. Maybe it's just a store. You're gonna walk to the store by yourself. I'm gonna say, no, you're not about to walk to the store. I'll walk with you, or I'll drop you there. Now, regardless of if we accept it, that's an element of control, right? That is an example of control. Now, nobody ever has a problem with control when it's like, I'll handle this bill for you, or I'll take care of this. Hold on. Nobody has an aspect of control. But if somebody's approaching you and say, hey, back up, don't talk to her, that's an element of control. If you're protecting, that's an element of control.
But it's different though. You're not giving her an option. Let's say
Exactly.
Let's say Tiana wants to walk to the store by herself, right? Mm-hmm. She's got a gun in her bag. Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't want you walking to the store by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got your thing.
Yeah.
You can't. You have that option.
Yeah.
That's control.
It's not really control because she has an option.
Now, see, I think the only reason you're saying it's not control is because there's a negative stigma attached to the word control. So it's not like, now there are people that abuse that control. There are people that abuse that control, and I'm not.
But okay, when you break it up into the control that's good control and the bad control, I think that's just the difference. There's control that's good control, and there's control that's bad control.
I don't see any good control.
You don't see any good control.
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
Hold on. The reason why I don't see good control is because if I'm in control, how is her gonna know that I'm doing good? You know what I'm saying? Okay. My control is based on my opinion only.
But you figure that out when you're together, though.
Right.
So like,
definitely.
I control all the cleaning. I don't want you fucking touching shit because
that's control.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a want to know,
And he's
but
gonna
like,
be like, all right,
you ain't gonna do it the way I do
gotta
it.
clean shit.
Yeah.
Like it's different. Like,
But there's also, if I want, I want to take this to the cleaners. I don't want you to clean this. Then what's that?
Then you would probably have a discussion. You would probably have a discussion.
Not controlling.
That's not control.
It is because control doesn't completely remove the other point of view, right? Yeah. So the same scenario you provided, right? Let's say she controls cleaning, but you want something in the cleaners. You guys have a discussion. I think this is a better idea because of that. She says, I think this is a better. Then you decide, right? And let's say you decide to roll with her. That was control. And let's say you don't decide to roll with what she said. That's still control, right?
I don't consider. I mean, it's. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so we talked about this on our last episode.
I also
brought it up.
After Ashley, I want to hear what Dawn thinks about passport bros.
Okay.
He timid.
No, I'm not.
He timid. He shy guy.
Go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead.
So we talked about this on our last episode. So if you were to go to your woman and she's getting ready to go out, right? And you say, babe, I don't think you should go. Like she's literally in the process of getting ready, like putting on the last eyelash. And you say, babe, I don't think you should go tonight.
You just had a bad feeling.
You had a bad feeling.
But you're not explaining yourself.
You're not really explaining. You're just like, I don't want you to go.
What's her like reaction to be?
Yeah, is that?
Nigga. She not going. Dude.
Is that control?
But
are you controlling her? That's good control. That like.
Okay.
Do you want her to be submissive?
Yeah. Oh, so Pete, like I was saying earlier, I don't think that's something that should be abused, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like if let's say you care about a woman, like she cares about you, she's entrusting you with that power to be able to control her direction, right? If you're the captain of a ship, how can you steer it to where you need to go without any element of control? There needs to be some type of control. Yeah. There's obviously things that I'm gonna see that she may not see, right? Yeah.
Right. That's what Ashley's going with.
Yeah. Right. So I'm getting to that part. So in that aspect, I'm not just gonna be like, it depends. What is my reason for being like, oh no, you shouldn't go? You know what I mean?
That's a two. So we're like, why?
So yeah, I honestly completely, even if it's something that I wouldn't do, I would expect. Yeah, I'm saying you shouldn't go to this. You trust in me to be your leader, right? Why would you be with somebody that you don't trust to make the right decisions to lead y'all both to the correct place? So yeah, if I'm like, I got this bad feeling, you just shouldn't go. Yeah, I think she shouldn't go.
That's blind faith, man.
Exactly, and you should have. Listen, if you're not, listen. But that's perfect. Hey, that's perfect though. That's perfect though because listen. You shouldn't submit and you shouldn't be willing to offer yourself up and you shouldn't be opening yourself up in all these ways to somebody that you can't blindly trust to lead you.
Are you married?
If somebody
Are you married?
Am I married?
It don't matter.
Are you dating?
It doesn't matter. Listen, but that's a fallacy.
The goal is marriage.
Here's
The goal is marriage.
Here's the thing. If the goal is marriage and you try to operate by, well, you're not married, you shouldn't do that. How do you expect to get to that point?
Yeah, but you grow to that.
You grow to that, exactly.
But we're saying at that point.
Well,
even if you're not married.
We're in our 30s. That's the goal.
I'm just
every time.
give my perspective,
But
right?
hold on, let me say this. This is my thing, right? If you with somebody and let's say for whatever reason, hey, I don't think you should go out, blah 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 blah, right? You still have that option, right? Because all actions have reactions.
Yes.
Of course.
So that's on you. Okay, if I say, you know what, well, I'm finna go, you just know you're gonna have to deal with that reaction later.
Exactly.
If it's worth it to you,
Right.
Right. That has nothing to do with not being what you're saying, blind
Control.
faith.
I
That's
can
exactly what it is.
No, okay.
That's
Let me
the exact thing.
wait. Let me ask you. Let me frame, because when they brought up the question was, if I'm getting ready, or us as women, we're getting ready, and our man comes up to us with no explanation and just says, "I don't think you should go tonight." Not because I have a bad feeling or nothing. Just, I don't think you should go tonight. And I said, what would their reaction be? And they said they would be like, why? And I'm saying that, would they be okay to not ask their man why?
Well, let's okay.
So that's where the blind faith comes
I hear
from.
your opinion, right? If there's no explanation on that, then you get to weigh those options.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make you well, I'm not. She's not listening to me. If I say something, it should just go.
I think
trust
too.
it blindly.
When I came up with that question, it was on another YouTube, and the point was that men and women are very different, right? So men, they don't want to sit and have to explain or have a conversation about everything.
Like
It's
what
subjective.
I
said is what I said. Like, I told you I didn't want you to go. Don't question me.
I agree, but I disagree. Now, let's say if I said, now that's different. If you're going out, me saying you shouldn't go out because I have some,
Yeah.
Oh, you might get shot tonight. I have this feeling, like that's crazy. Now, if I say, let's say,
depends
if
on
you
the
have,
circumstance.
but let's say if you got a work dilemma, right? You say, oh, if I do this, these might be the consequences. Blah blah blah, and you asking my expert advice, and I say, hey, do this because it's going to lead to this, and this. I expect you to listen to me because have I ever led you astray?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. With that same mindset,
but going out,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but
it's subjective.
I agree.
I hear what you're saying.
To an extent. I don't think.
It's the same.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing. If you're gonna be with somebody, right, long term, you want to marry this person, XYZ. I feel like unless you trust them that they're gonna lead you, they have nothing but your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
You should be able to, at points, you're gonna be able to. You're gonna have to blindly follow. That's all it's gonna be. And when you're making that decision, do I trust this person? You gotta vet them properly. So you gotta know that they're not gonna manipulate this just because of some ridiculous insecurity or whatever. But there are insecurity. I mean,
I get it.
They give this tag that insecurity, but there's real shit that would cause concern, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if you vet them properly, then you should be.
Wait,
like,
I want to hear Dewan too. After,
I'm
go
pretty
ahead.
much agreeing with that because I feel like your woman should know you too.
Yeah.
Because if it's not an everyday thing where you be like, no, you can't go out. You can't go out. And just one day I'm like, yo, I'm not really feeling it tonight. You can't go out.
Yeah.
She should be like, you know what? He don't really say this all the time, so maybe something really going on. I'm not even.
So let me turn this to ATMS. Ashley.
Oh, hey, hold on quick. Because I got to correct the point I said earlier. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a conversation. She's obviously going to be upset. I'm not saying, hey, you shouldn't go to this. Don't ask me questions. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Right.
Hey, I don't feel good about this XYZ. This is my reasoning. But yeah,
Okay.
don't go.
Well, with that, real quick, with that point saying is, so if I let's say it's meaning, right? You tell me no, and would you rather me just take the blind faith though? I understand that you're open to a conversation.
Absolutely, I'm open to a conversation, but yeah, take that blind faith.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't. If you don't feel confident in what I'm doing, you shouldn't select me as a leader.
Yeah.
So let me turn this to ATMS because I know y'all. I know y'all.
Wow.
So Sabrina.
Yeah.
If y'all had a girls' night, and Ashley, everybody's ready.
Wait, mind you, Quave.
Hold on.
I've changed a lot.
No. Okay, so that ain't. What does that mean?
Like a zebra don't change the stripes.
I know y'all.
The Sabrina I knew, right? If y'all was ready to go, y'all in your group chat.
Sabrina, did you know?
Ashley,
That part.
Ashley comes up like, yeah, I'm gonna have to cat tonight. And y'all like, what? Like it's girls' night.
You're right. I would be scared.
It's always talking my shit.
I would be.
What you mean? Why you not coming? Because my man said, I don't think I should go. How would y'all respond?
So, at this day and age, we're new, and I know you're in a serious relationship, and I have to trust the man that you're with, that he's leading you. So, I'm going to go and say, like, damn, all right, he must have a valid reason. So, I have to let it go. I have to let it
So
go.
my thing
now,
is,
if it's my
we still
birthday,
going though,
I ain't
but
letting it go. We're still going.
catch you next time, girl.
But
I'm gonna
we'll
look
get
at the
over
Instagram
it.
like
so
hate them so
so
much.
for me, I would admit, like 2-3 years ago, I'd have a huge problem. Like I'd be talking mad shit. But I have come to a place where I've been pouring into them so much about being married and being in a relationship and letting men lead. And I've been pouring into them so much that if they turn around and was like, you know, I'm listening to my man tonight, I don't get me wrong, in the back of my head, I'd be like, man, I don't like him or something, you know.
My man.
But I've gotten to a place now where I'm actually doing those same things. Like I'm taking my husband's word over anybody's every day of the week, and it has strengthened my marriage the last 2 years in ways I could not even imagine.
That's all it'll do. It ain't
So-
gonna hurt it.
She's married. She's married.
I am married.
Married
I am
woman.
married.
was a
Successful marriage
perfect
right there.
example. I was at her house. Tiana and Sabrina went to the movies. I was chilling with her husband, just chilling. And he was messing with her. They had already left the movies. And he told her he went to the hookah bar down the street. And so she was like, I'm on my way to the hookah bar too. And he was like, yeah, go home. I'll meet you there. And she's like, all right. But he made it seem like to me that they were already going. I was like, Marvin, just let them go. He was like, I'm just fucking with her. She's coming home.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know that I'm at home though. And I'm like, well, why don't you guys just go to the hookah bar then? I'll watch the kids. And he was like, no, she bring her ass home. So like basically he told her like, turn around. I'm gonna come home. You come home. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, and I hear where
easy.
Quiv's coming.
She's married.
Yeah. So I am married. It does change things because I am married. But
They were
I
like
think
that before they were married.
The goal is marriage.
my point, but my point is,
So that's the blueprint.
But
The
but
things
my
you're
point
saying.
is that how I would react to them making those same decisions, because I am in the stage that I'm at in my life and with my marriage, that I'm expecting them not to do the same as me, but to treat their man and to be the same, you know, have the same values that I have, because I feel like it's worked for me. So I would expect them to do what their man says.
Yeah, and if my man never really had an opinion and just never said anything about me going out all the time, that's a problem.
He's a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like,
But
tell me no sometimes.
Wait.
Like,
So, Dewan, about the passport bros, how do you feel about men going overseas for wives?
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
For real.
So, how does that make you feel about modern tradition American women or modern American women?
Well, you gotta pull the words out this boy.
No, you ain't gotta pull it out of me.
Shy. Shy.
Definitely not shy. Man, nah, so I mean, modern women, we had this kind of conversation on Twitter for a little bit. I feel like if you got to go overseas and get that submissiveness you want, then go ahead and do that.
How
I mean,
important is that to you, though?
oh, to me, it's a big thing. I feel like if you can't follow my lead or what I'm trying to put out, there's no reason for us to be talking.
Is it zero tolerance?
What
Is it-
man
is it
would be
zero-
ready to die for a
zero-
woman that won't listen to him?
Right.
Is it zero tolerance, or can it grow?
Zero tolerance. If
That's
From day one? From day one.
From day one, if
crazy.
we're talking and
That's
everything,
crazy.
and I'm showing you that, look, I got plans and
I agree
everything.
with Marquavis.
You can agree with Marquavis, and I'm showing that that I'm trying to put us in a better situation.
Yeah.
And you see that, and you still feel like you're gonna do your own thing.
So, you
wanna
don't
do-
feel like you should have to earn that?
ever.
Yeah, I mean, so
That was a big pause.
I know.
I had to think about it. I mean, yeah, I would have to earn that, but
But
Can I interject?
Yeah.
Can I interject for a little bit?
Go ahead.
I feel like if a man has a plan, no, a woman should never no.
So at all.
But what we're saying is like day one. You
Day
let's say
one,
you
day
get
one. If a
absolutely
man
not.
comes to me and it's like they got a plan in motion for whatever he has to offer me, or because he's pursuing me,
Yeah.
no,
Right.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this: there's women, right, that have never been led, right? So let's say if they're
Exactly.
in the process,
Exactly.
like, hey, I don't want you to go like this, and she just like,
Why the fuck should she listen?
In her head, like, who the fuck is?
But I mean, what? But
Is that zero tolerance?
that's subjective. That's-
To add
but
to
no,
what
but
Marquavis is saying.
what they're saying, when you're saying that's subjective, it's like, okay, so you're gonna stop talking to her immediately.
That's
Right,
what I'm
hey,
saying.
so-
I think it's subjective because you have to give them grace. They have been through traumatic situations. So I feel like,
But if it's zero tolerance, you're not giving them
if it's zero
grace.
tolerance, that's his preference. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But to me, if a man, if a man has a plan that's trying to lead me personally, I've been through a lot of traumatic situations where I can't be like, who the fuck is this? Which I already had that situation.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance is a man who knows he's the prize. He knows he's the prize.
One mic.
P.
Go ahead.
To be reasonable, right? It's not a cookie cutter situation, right? Where one size fits all, right? So you might come on to one situation where this dude might have all his shit together. He might have all his shit together, and he's like, yo, listen, boom, boom, boom. This what we doing. This what we on. From day one, he might say that. You fuck up. That's out day one. I understand that. But what I'm saying is you got to understand if you're putting yourself in the level of vulnerability to just blindly follow somebody, which is what we was talking about, you need a track record or some type of proof, something to establish that, okay, I believe that I'm in the right direction, so I'm comfortable. So from day one, if you don't already have your shit together, yeah, it's gonna take some proof. The proof is in the pudding.
Right,
so you need to go ahead.
I'm going off of me having my shit together and already knowing what I want.
Right. I'm just kind of going on average.
Yeah, so me, she asked me though.
You got to understand the average person. You got to understand the average person is poor and destitute.
So I mean, for me, I'm already. I mean, you should already can see that. I'm moving this way.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing you. I can choose any female I want, and I'm choosing you, and I'm letting you know this is how we're gonna move. This is what we're gonna do, and you already can see that I'm already moving to that direction. No, you shouldn't be questioning anything that I feel like we're any.
But how do you get that buy-in? How do you get that investment without some explanation?
I think it's the type of woman, though. I think that's the preference. He's looking for that type of woman.
Because I'm not going to
Why is he
Sycamore.
gonna
I'm
work
not going to
for-
Sycamore. I'm not going to Sycamore expecting somebody to bow down.
I stay by Lowe's.
Wait, one mic.
Tree.
Let me say this, right? So let's say your preference of woman, right? You want a successful woman, right?
What do you define as successful?
Okay.
What do you define as successful?
Okay.
What do y'all define?
One of the motherfucker that listens, that's successful. Hey, listen. Captain of the ship, I'm gonna take us to the promised land. All you gotta do to get to the promised land and be successful.
This ship is already
going down.
Go ahead.
Listen, hold on. We're in our 30s, right?
I'm not looking for no leader.
But look. We're
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians, man.
Go ahead, Quave. Go
I'm a
ahead. Go ahead. One mic.
Ooh. Okay. So we're in our 30s, right?
Yeah.
You want a woman that's making her own money?
I don't give a fuck how much a woman makes. I do not give a fuck, my nigga, at all.
Okay, but look. So we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
So would you court a woman that's with her mom at her mom's house? Not really.
Can I put two mics
Also,
together?
keep in mind he said court.
I'm just.
Absolutely. And when you say court, listen. Yeah, absolutely.
The reason I'm saying this
I'm not with a woman for money.
I get that, but you're with her because she's somebody, right?
I think what Marquavis is asking is she should still be able to be taking care of herself at this point.
She should be moldable. She should be able to, if I'm like, let's say we're at the position where you need a job, you need like 19 hours or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, go get this job, and she's able to go do that.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm in the position.
But what, she can't have that already?
I'm not saying that. Hold on. I'm not saying that she can't. I'm not saying that she can't, right? All I need, the things that are important to me aren't how much a woman makes. And I think that's the majority of men.
Not that, but I'm saying she has stuff on her own. She has the job.
She's taking
I
care
don't
of
give a fuck
herself.
about that. I could get her stuff. So
you want to just want to build a bitch.
Wait.
Wait, one mic. Let Ashley. Okay, go.
Direct rebuttal. I just got to rebuttal real quick.
Go ahead.
Because she had build a bitch. But let's say that she's making 150 a year, right? She's making 150 a year.
6 figures.
Right, 6 figures, right? And you like, oh, she's making 150 a year. That doesn't mean that, I'm no longer in build a bitch category. It's just depending on what you build. Now, the things that are important to me aren't money. So you might have to build this bitch that's making 150. You might still have to build her with other things. Cooking, being caring, being nurturing. You know what I mean? Being supportive. You might have to build her in that regard.
Are you on Twitter?
I am. Yeah. Those are to me, but I haven't been in a very long time.
Okay.
He's on his social media cleanse.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is it all depends on the person, right? It's not a cookie cutter. It's what's important to you.
Yeah.
So to him, it might be important that she has her own shit. She has her own money, XYZ, because let's say she making 100,000, he making 100,000. Now they got 200,000, right?
But I think the perspective that he's coming from is like, okay, so you can find a woman or a wife or whoever you're looking for in perspective that you want to date or court, and she could be the type of woman that's going to feed off of you now because you've never seen her take care of herself. So I think where he's coming from is like she should at least be able to take care of herself. So when I come and I do take that role to take care of her, I know she's not in it just for that.
Listen, I'm not saying she needs to be in a fucking helmet, you know, and shit. I'm just saying it's not like, let's say she's poor. I don't care. I don't care that she's poor.
Yeah, I get
because
it.
I feel like,
I get
you know
it.
what I mean, with the mission or whatever I got lined up, I feel like we'll both get to a better position, you know, a better position by XYZ. So that's not important. That's not important how she's earning. We could always, things that are more important to me than money might be
loyalty.
Go ahead.
How she can raise the kids.
loyalty, number one. How she gonna raise the kids?
Instilling our views and our values into our kid. But yeah, money is not the biggest thing of all.
That's not the end all be all for me. So that's why I see like, oh yeah, I'm making 200,000. I want XYZ. Like, all right, that's cool. Not, no offense, no offense, and it is a plus if like you make good money and you're like a cool woman to be around. But that's not like, oh man, I'm looking for this chick that's making.
I was gonna say, is that intimidating? Like if a woman makes
Not at
more?
all. Not at all.
Okay, well, wait, before we get into that, because that's one of the questions. So, and there's another topic, actually, Quav, we were just on Twitter, and I seen you post this, and it's going to get real heated. So let me ask the question first. So do you guys have a problem with dating a woman who makes more than you?
Fuck no.
No.
Go ahead.
I do not. I just have a philosophy, right?
Go ahead.
And y'all might disagree, but I feel like as a man, right, you're always going to be a man in your relationship situation. Doesn't matter if you broke, if you're a bum, you agree, fresh out of prison, right? If a woman makes more than you, I feel like you're not going to be in an environment to where you can fully be a man.
I don't disagree.
It's going to be a problem.
I think problems could come from that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that
But that's over here, and that's why we talk about
it's
the passport shit.
American
That's
thing.
exactly
Okay,
why you make
so-
more. You're the man. All right, well, go beat that nigga ass when he breaks in. Go beat his ass. Nah, you got it. I'm gonna kick my foot up when we kiss too. Do what I need. You got it, Toots.
So, you know, statistically, they say that once a woman makes more than her husband,
She leaves him and goes fucking rapper.
Yeah.
Fucks a rapper.
There's a number, but I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like a high
It's high
percentage
as
of
fuck.
women that end up leaving
99%.
their men once they make more.
Start
So,
talking
and
crazy too.
yeah, and again, the problem that they leave isn't necessarily because they make more.
But it fuels the other shit.
It
Exactly.
brings into a lot of problems.
So I guess we can call her my friend. So this guy that she's been with for over the last 10 years, it's like been off and on, but more on than off. So she always made more money than him. Like she always had, he was kind of like bummish at the beginning, but then he got his career. Now he makes really good money. They finally moved in together, got established. And she didn't find him cheating, but she found him almost cheating. And he hit her with the, like, you know, I don't even really want to be with you. You don't make enough money for me. He told her that.
Well, that's a bum because he was a
For
bum in the
sure.
beginning.
So he
Right,
told
so
her,
after
don't- yeah,
I don't make enough money
after-
for you, but you don't make more money than me.
Bro, like I pretty
I'm
much
confused.
held our relationship together. I made more money this whole time. You just started making more money than me. Now I don't make enough, and she makes more money than me. She makes good.
That's not a man.
Money.
Yeah, that's not a
like
man.
she makes really good money.
Because-
and I'm like thinking in my head.
Can there be passport girls? Because this is what we
Right.
would go for.
And
Y'all gonna go to Asia and get some rice meat? What?
So my first thought was,
I'm going to Africa, not going to lie.
I'm not going nowhere.
he's not even making six figures.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
So you want a doctor, bitch? You want a lawyer, bitch? Because that bitch ain't gonna want you.
He's just. It sounds like he's used to being taken care of, and that's what he wants.
Go ahead, Marquavis.
I ain't gonna touch it.
Because I'm looking at it like
Touch on that shit.
I'm criticizing
your
that
fingers on
man
that shit,
because
cuz.
I feel like I kind of agree with what they were saying about most men don't care about how much money a woman makes. So I feel like the man who's acting like he cares, he's not in it for the
Well,
woman.
let me tell you something. And this is you damn near can Google this. All right, this is facts, right? A rich woman is not taking in a broke man. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen.
Hey, rich women never marry down.
doesn't-
Only
no,
men marry down.
it doesn't
Only
happen.
men marry down.
Yeah, only men marry down.
A man, he'll take whatever and build it, right?
Yeah.
According
So-
to Tyler Perry, no.
Well, okay, he's. I can't say that word.
Wait.
I can't say it.
So the reason I say that is because, and you can look this up, right? As a man, even if he's a bum, right? If his income goes up, his standards go up.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah.
you was making $80,000. I was at Starbucks, and then I got my little IT going. You know what I'm saying?
But you're expecting her to go up too? See, it doesn't work.
It's not expected. It's not expected.
That's why I say
But
not
look,
cookie cutter.
This is what I'm saying. When you when you come from a certain tax bracket, and then you go up a little bit, then you start looking at shit funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
I mean, if
why we got Dollar Tree shit.
So
in
like if
here? You know what I'm saying?
if she was,
you
let's
kept my
say,
budget under.
like, because she Melanie made it clear that she makes good money. So let's just say that it would be different in my perspective if she was like, let's just say she was working at Walmart and she was there for 15 years and she doesn't have any like, there's nothing changing. I can understand a man that's like, is this what you want to do for your whole life? Like, questioning that, or maybe but we know that's not the circumstance. So DeJuan, you were gonna say something?
No, you already.
Yeah,
Shy.
that was basically my point. I just think that, okay, if it was like the drive and the ambition and that was the issue, then okay, let that be the issue. But if he said you don't make enough money and she has a good job, like, no, that's
what I'm saying, because I'm like, it's kind of like the audacity.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, I've been taking care of us with the Dollar Tree money, so now you got a problem with it?
And it's crazy because, okay, we've been together for so long. You make more money than me now, all of a sudden, but we make so much money together. Like, okay, what about when we have kids? You don't want me to stay home with your kids? You want to pay somebody to take care of your kids. Yeah. So it's shit like that.
You got a texter on the set.
So that's something that I would factor in. Like, why would you want your bitch to make more money? Which means she probably works more than you, which means she doesn't have time to raise your kids.
Yeah, he just don't want to be with her. It's just the excuses.
So, but this is for Quave. Like,
Yeah, I think.
So I know you've been married before. Did you make your wife work?
make.
Yes.
Make.
Did you
Okay.
make?
Did you beat
Every
her?
word
Did you
counts.
put that whip on her back like they did?
Okay,
Kente?
so we're gonna talk about that old situation. We was both broke at first. We was college students.
I love story.
But after you got married, after you moved here and you were established, you had a job.
No, I moved here and got working first. Then her and the family came, and then I put her on first. Then she started making money, and she did this exact same shit. You know, she was like,
I mean, I think that's pretty simple. You just answer the question.
Well,
It's not.
that's a woman though, right? Again, that's why I always say if a woman makes more than you,
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Because it's gonna change the dynamic.
yeah, you just can't. You can't come in. Hey, why ain't dinner cooked?
And
It's
that-
like, nigga, 'cause I paid the bills.
that,
Coincides with
right.
what
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does also prove the point of how women love conditionally.
Boom.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even up for debate.
But I don't think every woman in every situation is
Right.
based on that dynamic. Like if you, for instance, if let's say you're a woman and you're only that's empty. Oh wait, no, it's not. I'm drunk. Hey, I did a lot of drinking. Hey, nah, but I'm saying if basically. What the fuck was I saying? Basically, if you being the man of the house or the man in the place, right, is only predicated on your income, then that's a problem from the jump, right? That's the issue. Then if it's there, you know that it could possibly change if she makes more. But if you establish that it's not that, like there's other things. That's why I say a lot of things go completely unnoticed. Like the fact that this nigga is willing to die, to protect you. You know what I mean? And a bunch of other shit. But that's why I said that goes unnoticed, because if that's one of the things that you disregard and you're like, oh, okay, he's only the man because he makes more at this time, then as soon as that shifts, then the dynamic's gonna shift. But if you're like, he's the man because he's gonna protect me, he's gonna leave me, he's gonna do everything that he does to benefit me and himself.
He'll fight that dog.
No, okay. So going into the next topic, I do have a question, and this is the one that I was talking about, where I actually had this.
I have something to say before you move
Go ahead.
on.
But
I think that it's hard to, because I think about this a lot, and I have to condition myself to, if I make more money than the person, to not treat them less than the man. But I feel like
it's automatic.
Like he's saying, like, oh, we can be of man or of purpose or whatever because we're gonna defend you and everything. But shit like that doesn't happen on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. So I feel like
it's the point that it.
But no, I'm not saying that it's disregarded. I'm just saying when a woman struggle if they make more money is the day-to-day life. Like we're thinking like, okay, what the fuck are you doing all day? Or, I'm doing this, and this. What are you doing?
But it's not
all
even
day?
necessarily that. It's he works 40, 50 hours, but he makes $20 an hour, whereas you work 40, 50 hours and make $30 an hour.
Well, see, my thing is-
it
But like-
could be as little as that.
But like as a woman, I'm gonna be like, okay, babe, I'm gonna help you, and if you're not taking that help, then what are you doing? What are we doing?
Right.
Because like now you're choosing not to be the man.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I still look at you as my man to protect and provide, but you're not trying to be the man. You know what I mean?
It all depends on your definition of a man, right? When you think of man, protector, provider, right? Problem solver. So off the rip, if y'all dating, oh yeah, how much you make? Oh, I make $24. You be like,
No, not even. Okay.
but okay, so
I'm not asking you that because I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't
the
care.
man of my dreams. I don't want to know.
But this is the problem with what you guys are saying, all three of you, is that, for example, you make $50 an hour, he makes $30 an hour. You want to go get your nails done, and he says, look, we're saving money. I don't want you to go get your nails done.
I will rock my nubs.
so look, that's a man with a plan. That's a man with a plan. So I would respect it.
Exactly. If he's like, we go, okay, go get your nails done, baby. Can we afford it?
But
is this something we can do?
Okay,
like, are you sure?
Wait, listen. I think that this idea of he has to have a plan too, though. Then you're still willing to not treat a man like a man unless he has a plan. But it's conditional.
Also, you have to buy into his plan.
Boom.
And so that when you guys say that, I'm not talking about the short term. We're going to save money. You need to know what we're doing long term.
Right. Okay.
And can he achieve that long term goal? I can say, yeah, we're saving money, and then Wingstop $70 at night. You watch Super Bowl shit. Hey, all these wings and your nails ain't done now, and you like, what the? You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not even saying what you're saying because you said, oh, he has to be a man if he has a plan. No, but the question that you asked was, am I going to submit because I make more money? So no, I'm not, because you're telling me.
But that's the problem.
I would. So
I'm saying I would submit. It's not because I make more money or not. I'm just going to you're telling me to submit for a reason.
But I need to know, like,
if your man come home and he get in the kitchen, hey, why is there dishes in here? You ain't gonna feel some kind of way?
They are.
Yeah. They like, nigga, we both did 8 hours.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. 'Cause I have done that before. I have leveled down
into gender roles.
Yeah, I have leveled down where the man would be at home more than I would be because I'm at work. So I would be like, so them dishes shouldn't be in the sink because you was home all day.
But did you guys establish that?
Establish the dishes should be clean.
That he's doing the dishes.
I mean, they there. You see them there. Is that like? I mean, that's it.
This is where a man gets in.
I feel like that's an issue. Okay, so
this is why I say it don't matter how much. If you make more than that man, it's going to be a problem because he's still
or even work more.
You're going to be saying like, dishes ain't clean, dinner ain't cooked. You gonna feel like Chris Rock when you seen Grown Ups. Chris Rock, man. You gonna feel just like him.
But I feel like when you're in situations like that, like, okay, you're staying home more now, I'm working more. That's when I'm tired. I just worked all day. But you being my husband, you should know. You should pick up where I'm lacking. But it's always like that. Just like if it was reversed.
It's more of like a.
It just depends.
It's not like an established thing. It's like I care for my woman. She did a lot. Like I'm
right. And it's disrespectful. You've been at home all fucking day.
I think we brought it.
These dishes in the sink. That's fucked up.
We brought it to a place where it's like the reason that the dynamic is like this is because you guys absolutely have to have it this way, right?
Mm-hmm. But it's a man with a plan.
But
right? if his plan includes you doing them dishes, you gonna do them. Are you gonna follow that?
Yeah, and you know who you see. That's why it comes back to properly vetting, right? You know who you choose to submit to, right? Right. You knew this nigga was melting cheese on top of patties before you got with him, right?
But that's where I was going.
Because you get this promotion at this tech job doesn't mean that this nigga is no longer putting salt on the fry. Right? I think that's what it is, and you respect him if you respect him. If you don't, you don't.
Where I was going with what I was saying too is yes, you pick the person, you already picked this person, and then you pick this person, and then chose not to be in your feminine energy, right? So now you're choosing not to be that and expecting him to feel that.
So let me ask
but I agree with you. When I said partially a while ago, that's because I partially agree. I feel like a large part of that is also on the man. Like, all right, bruh, you know that you're putting salt on these fries. You can't do this forever, right? So you need to do things to make sure that you can bring in more money. Obviously, if you see, you should feel like, oh, she's making more money. Well, damn, I'm supposed to be the man. You should feel like you need to make more. Yeah, that should drive your ambition. But it's kind of that's why I say that's why I say it's kind of both ways, because you know you're choosing to submit to somebody that's either ambitious or is not ambitious.
What if he's an aspiring rapper?
Submit to an aspiring rapper. That is your flaw number one. That's where you fucked up. You submit
too old for that. So if you're trying to be a rapper at 35, 5, then we don't need to be together.
I'm gonna let you go, but go ahead.
Hey, listen, man. What if he was an aspiring rapper? Because we have that problem here in the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, and he had a plan. He heard his music. You was fucking with it. You like, okay. He working at Burger King. Hey, you know what? It's coming.
Nah,
The hit is coming.
And you submit to a rapper.
This
you
is the
deserve
problem.
Whatever comes.
He got a plan,
But
right?
what you're pointing out is the women's lack of accountability in who they're picking.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
Yeah,
You don't-
but that's what I'm saying. That's why.
I definitely
that's
think
why
the
that's
plan
not-
matters. What the
yeah.
plan is definitely matters because I'm not riding through no
I gotta drink
rapper.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, for real. Because I'm a ride or die, but I'm not selling no mixtapes in
hold
Walmart
on.
parking lot.
Some
Like,
of
we ain't
y'all
doing no
dated-
Walmart
some of
parking
y'all-
lot trunk. We ain't doing that.
Some of y'all done
We
dated
ain't doing that.
rappers. Let's not.
Who do you want to really be specific about? Like if you want to ask somebody, Adam.
Y'all have dated
It's
rappers.
If you want to, I saw that.
Young
And I'm
me,
fine.
Hey,
Young me is
I
good.
was a rapper back in the day too.
I have no problem with that.
Was he?
Oh, y'all know
Were
Quack?
you? You was a rapper. Which one?
I was a rapper for like 2.5 seconds.
Oh, wait. One mic. Yeah. So, Dewan, I have a question. Are you doing the dishes if she's been at work all day?
Me, a few times.
A few times.
few times.
And that is that.
But the other times I'm gonna be working on getting my ass up doing something different
Yeah.
to get some more money now.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not about to be a local dishwasher.
We have to, as women, I think we have to take accountability of who we picked. So if we picked a man that's home all day, and then we're like, oh, we expecting you to do dishes.
No. That's your fault
that's
for
the
having
problem.
expectations.
So,
starting off with somebody
again,
like that.
it's like we're putting the problem on them. Like, oh, I've been at work all day, and it's really it goes back to us, and it's an accountability thing. So there's been times where I have worked not same amount of hours, but I've worked full time, and my husband worked full time, and I asked for help, and I would, I married somebody who's not doing housework. That's just what it is. And
you
so
know that though. But you know that.
And
yeah,
like,
but I know that. But
I'm not
because
either.
I've been with him for so long, like since we were 18 and we grew up together, it wasn't something that I knew what I was getting into, if that makes sense. Even though I knew him, it's like as we grew up, I had different expectations and he had different expectations, and I had to still learn that,
Right.
So I got to a point where I had to realize, like, it doesn't matter how long I work. Like, I have to pick up this house the way he's expected me to pick
And
up.
do you think that's okay?
I got to a place where, yeah, I do.
Ashley, do
She
you
don't
think
got a
that's
choice
okay?
because he makes all the money, so she got to bow down.
Okay, Ashley, do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
hey, a part of that don't even be like, all right. It's like, all right, let's say you make more of this nigga at home all day.
My parents.
It's
But
not
I'm never making more than
No,
that.
I got you.
Okay, yeah.
But a
That's
part of
why
that
kids are
is
big
more so
shit, too.
how you kind of say it versus like, hey, I've been to work all day. get the dishes cleaned up.
Yeah,
He's
of
still
course.
He's still a
You
man,
gotta respect
right?
him
He's
as a
still
man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the respect and it's the pride as a man.
And that's-
it's like, hey, you think we could?
But-
maybe it's just,
wait.
hey, you think we could knock these out?
But
while
let's
I'm at
step
work?
back, because when I asked Dewan too, he said, sometimes I would,
Exactly,
sometimes,
exactly.
but I'm gonna be trying to get on my shit, and I think that's what it is too. Is like, I honestly don't even think that I should be asking.
Yeah.
So I think that if he does it, I'm gonna be like, thank you for picking up where I slacked. Like, if that's in his character to help me, then that's in his character to help me.
So
And
let's.
that's,
that's
what,
the-
and
that's
that's
the
what
thing
I was
that's
saying
missing.
earlier too. When I was like, if there's dishes there and you're home all day and you see them, I'm not gonna like ask you and expect you, but I'm like, it would be nice. It's helpful.
So let's-
like you're very like, thank you.
I
Thank
think
you, 'cause that's a lot.
I think that's the thing
devil's advocate
that's the thing
real
that's
quick.
missing though. That's the thing that's missing though, right? So I think that that's part of the vetting process, right? So it comes off as callous or insensitive, but I think a lot of homeless people are just unlikable people, right? Because just like you pointed out in that situation, right? You should as a man or as a person, you should feel like, okay, boom, she's bringing this value, she's benefiting us all in this scenario.
Yeah.
I should find something to do.
Yeah.
So it's like if somebody's homeless and they're like, hey, can I come stay with you for 3 weeks? If it's me, I'm doing the dishes, cleaning up, making your life easier.
Yeah.
So that's part of the vetting process. But a lot of people don't necessarily. It's not every person.
That's why I brought it back to the women when they were saying like, yeah, they would, or not necessarily them, but they would expect the man to help. I'm
Right.
saying it's who you pick.
But like he said,
character
it's not
thing.
in everybody's character to feel like, wow, I'm benefiting.
Yeah.
I should probably help out and make their
Yeah.
life easier.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Some people they need that shit brought to their attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Quaid.
Let's flip the scenario. Let's say if your man's the breadwinner and you slacking off, and he see you slacking off, you expect him to help you with the dishes too?
I expect him to correct me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. I ain't never.
Look,
Okay, wait.
Hey man, what you got to say, man? You got to get something off your chest, man.
depends.
You on hush?
Actually, you lying.
No, I'm not. I would expect
First of
him
all-
to wreck me.
Wait, real quick,
Melanie,
I have one more topic before Quave has to go, so let's finish this one up.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Melanie, would you?
What I what?
If your man is the breadwinner, right?
Remember, Melanie is in
She's
transition.
just got into her soft girl era. Okay?
She's just got there.
Just
We've
got
been
one
there.
toe in there.
First of all.
Don't attack me.
Okay, but so if your man is bringing home the bacon, you know what I'm saying, and he come home, you
You
know,
will be bringing home the bacon, but yes.
okay, and the dishes are done. You tired, or you know, maybe it's the time of the month, whatever y'all got going on.
I mean, there's grace.
Yeah,
we
go
don't
ahead.
have to do them every single day at the same time.
Oh, who came up with that?
I just feel like if
What
I'm.
if he said, "Hey, I don't want no dishes"?
This
in
is
my
the
sink
thing. Okay,
when
I'm gonna
When I get home.
real quick.
That's controlling. That's controlling. Because baby, are you doing dishes? Then you gotta wait till when I do the
If I'm on my
dishes.
period, you better not expect me to
wait.
fucking do the dishes.
Wait, let me just
You better bring me home some fucking.
real quick.
At least rinse and put in the
But look,
dishwasher.
if this is the guy's
Real
plan.
quick,
I
real
want
quick.
my house.
Yeah, no. Let me just expand on that real quick, because for me, I have a husband that's real laid back. The house could be a pretty messy, you know, in a wreck for a couple of days, and he's not saying anything. It's me that gets all like, oh my god, this house needs to get together. So I'm coming from an experience where he's expecting but not expecting. So I'm not under pressure. So, but I do think that, again, it's a character thing. It's who we pick as women. So if we're picking a man that's like, oh no, my house needs to be spotless every single time I walk in this door, that's who you're picking, and you know that. So you should do that.
Yeah.
But if you know your man and you're like, oh, you know, he comes home and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I was so tired today. I'm gonna get to the laundry tomorrow. If he's cool with that, he's cool with that. That's who we're picking.
Yeah,
So
so for me, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, all right, I had a rough day. I'll get to it tomorrow. But don't let tomorrow keep piling up.
yeah, I mean, of course, we ain't messy people. Dirty people.
Everybody needs some type of leeway. You know what I mean?
All right. But quickly, just to move on to the next topic before we talk about dishes for the next hour. So this is a hot topic. So, and it's funny because it was on my list of stuff to talk about with these two, and then I happened to see Cuevas say something about it on Twitter. So it's going to be a hot take. But we are going to be talking about dating other people with kids. So
Absolutely
Oh
not.
my goodness.
wait.
I was just talking about
Okay,
this.
so I need everyone who has kids to say that they have kids, and that if they don't,
Raise
What
your
we
hand.
don't know about?
yeah. So
Wait,
Wait,
if
they
you have a
can't hear
kid,
us?
raise your hand.
Well, they can't. I have a kid.
I have a kid. So Sabrina and Ashley have kids, and then
Sabrina's married. She's subjected. She
D
ain't
and
dating.
Cuevas.
With the S.
Jay, do you have kids?
Not that.
No, and T and Mel don't have kids. So it's pretty equal here. So two girls, two guys, and then the rest don't have kids. So the question is for everyone, men and women, is would you date your whoever? Would you date who you're dating that has kids? Like, would you date them?
We're
And
gonna start with Melanie.
if so,
Wait,
why?
would we date who we're dating, or just would we date the opposite
we
sex?
date with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Date someone with kids.
And we want honesty, and we want your reason as well.
So, in a perfect world, no.
Okay.
I don't want my man to have kids. I've dated somebody for a very long time that did have a kid, and it's tough. You guys break up, you break up with that kid too. You no longer get that kid from a woman's perspective. Like
I was about to say that's a benefit.
it's for you, but not for me. I've been with this kid for the last 6 years. Like
Yeah, that is tough.
we're a part of each other's life, and that I just don't want to go through that again. So me now, because I want to have the same thing with whoever I end up with, I want us to have our first kid together. I want us to be our first marriage. Like obviously in a
work like that,
perfect
though.
world, I want those things. But if the man of my dreams comes along and he has 2 kids, then that's just what it's gonna fucking be.
What if
So
he
you're
had
open.
4?
You're
I'm
open.
open to it, but I prefer
Two is the same as
not.
four.
What if he
Okay.
had 4?
Two is the same as
Nothing
4.
wrong with 4
It's the
kids.
same head.
How many baby
Two is the same as
mamas?
4.
How many baby mamas though?
4 different baby mamas.
No.
It's all the same.
You know how
No,
big
it's
your
not
kids
the
do
same.
it?
That means I got to deal with 4 different bitches? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
2 of them on drugs.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Shit.
Okay, Quav, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta have kids.
What? Like have to?
I mean, yeah, you gotta have experience. You know, I feel like I got
Experience in
So you don't want to date a girl with no kids?
kids.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's
This is actually
it's not my preference.
Dang. So he liked the baby mamas. Okay.
Well, just
So you prey on single mothers.
Wow.
no, I don't.
Because
pray.
why? Are they vulnerable?
No, I don't pray.
No, it's just just because I have kids.
Are we lonely?
But women are naturally nurturing beings.
Whoa.
It comes
No.
naturally to us.
wait.
Go ahead, Dawn.
I wouldn't say all women because they got some filthy ass females out there. That don't
Then why would you fuck with the filthy
but what,
female?
you just said all women are not. I'm just
Okay,
saying that they're
most.
There we go.
That's
what
what
I'm
we're
saying.
supposed to.
I think, yeah, naturally we are. There are some that don't.
Give a
Yeah.
fuck about your kid.
For me, it's just I just feel like women with no kids are kind of they have.
You're
How do you
sitting
say
next
this?
to two women with no kids. Tread lightly.
Right.
I know, but the thing is, I feel like they have freedom that I don't have, and so I don't think
So you're
they'll-
jealous.
No, I just don't think.
Mad? You mad?
Cut that man leg right from underneath him.
Like they got too much free time on hands. What you
Wouldn't be
doing?
a deadbeat to say that.
I just think it'll be harder for them to understand. Like,
What you mean you going to get something to eat?
Right.
I think it'll be harder. Like, hey,
Wait,
you know,
Tiana got to give him a little credit for that because you when you've dated men with kids and you had to understand like, oh, they have kids, and he's saying like she has to understand where I'm coming from, and it's hard for somebody with no kids to understand that.
No, it's not.
Well, that's
It is.
that's their
No, it's not.
experience.
I was
Yeah,
younger
from-
too, but
Yeah, no, I
Carry
can
on.
I can kind of agree only because like in my current dating situation, he's a nerd. Anyway,
you gotta get
he
specific.
has a lot of time off. Okay, he has a lot of time off, so he can just go up and leave and travel. And he's like, "So what do you do next weekend? Let's go to Mexico." I'm like, "Oh, I gotta find a babysitter.
right?
I gotta find someone to watch my kid.
Right.
Like I gotta do these things. Like I don't.
You
got-
guys are gonna hate my opinion.
Like I don't
You
got that
should be
leisure.
taking Anaya with you.
But I haven't.
Your
but
kid goes with you.
He opened that door. And I'm not ready for that door to be open. So that's on me. But yeah.
But see, I actually disagree, and I actually disagree with the dating at all. I don't think he should be dating anybody with kids. I actually have the complete opposite opinion.
Why?
I think men should not date women with kids.
Even if they have kids.
Yeah, I think in Ashley's
I think my situation is very
in Ashley's situation, it's obviously
Very
different
rare.
because she did not choose
I didn't
to be.
choose
But I think
can we
that
be
it's
specific? Because I feel like a lot of viewers don't really know her situation.
Okay, so my situation, I'm a widow. My husband passed away 2 years ago. So
yeah.
2.5
So it's
years
not
ago.
like there was a
So
divorce or a breakup.
Yeah, we didn't
or-
divorce and
Yeah.
break up. I didn't want to be
Not
single
like you
with
gotta
a kid.
fight somebody baby daddy every
No, she
weekend.
has
Right.
no baby daddy drama.
I have no baby daddy drama.
So,
So-
she's just a single
So
mother.
for me, I can. It's really sticky because I actually don't want to date nobody with kids. I've never had to date nobody with kids, and luckily that situation never
It's
came up for
funny
me.
because a lot of, besides Marquavis, a lot of people that have kids do not want to date other people with kids.
Yeah, I don't
The
want
audacity.
to. But
Wait, so wait,
I know it is. But
before
it's
I
like,
get into my-
I feel like it's biased though because like they don't got to deal with the baby daddy drama. I don't want
Yeah.
to deal with the baby mama drama.
Yeah.
But
So
okay,
why
so
should, like-
what's your preference, T?
So my
We'll just go
preference
down
is
the
a
line.
little more on Melanie's side. No, I would not choose.
That's not your preference.
That's not my preference. No, but
You're open.
I do feel like because I'm 33, that
Old as fuck.
fuck you.
eggs
Because
almost scrambled.
because I am in my older era, that there's not really men that you're gonna find without kids, right? And I feel like it's kind of weird if you don't have kids, like you know what I mean. But
Dick
Another
don't work.
reason.
and this is why I say that too, because yes, you do have to deal with the baby mamas. You do have to deal with entering into a kid's life, and once you enter into a kid's life, you have to tread lightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very
It's not
lightly.
just about you, it's about them.
Yeah.
It's about the father, it's about his trauma, it's about meeting the baby
You
mama.
like
It's
throwing
about
that T word around a lot. Everybody ain't got that much trauma in the world.
Not everybody, but we
but
don't,
a lot
we
of
don't
people,
know.
a lot of people do because of their
There's a
baby
lot of
mamas.
trauma sitting on this table.
You said what?
It's a lot of trauma sitting on this table.
But you also, so when you enter, when you enter into a situation with somebody that has baby mama, they're putting that shit on you because they're
that's not
They're
true.
not-
That's not true.
sometimes
I agree.
sometimes because your baby because you and your baby mama didn't work out, you're like, damn, this might not work out either. You're even if it's not that situation, you're always putting some trauma from your past relationship onto your new one. You always go in with caution.
I disagree.
You
with
go
that.
in with caution. You go in with caution. You go in with caution,
Nah,
regardless.
dog.
Y'all bullshit for real.
Nah,
Cat.
dog.
There's no
But-
way that you enter into every new relationship with a clean slate.
there is a
You can't.
possibility.
It's impossible. You have a kid. How the fuck you?
No,
Wait.
that's not-
Like,
Hey, listen,
go ahead,
man.
Jay. Go
They
ahead.
lying.
Because you can also tell your preference while you're going. to
Right.
that.
There's no way you enter a new relationship, every new relationship with no baggage. If you have a kid, it doesn't make sense. If there's still if that's still a person that you have to deal with, right? You got to understand that that's somebody you're gonna have to deal with for a minimum of the next 18 years, right? So that in itself is baggage. So you can't say that you don't come with that. That does come with that. If they're going to be involved in the next 18 years.
my thing when you said baggage, I'm thinking like baby mama drama, like
Baby mama existing.
Period. Yeah.
Did that clarify?
So,
that's
but
not
I mean,
fair.
but
That's
if
not
you
fair.
cut and dry from jump, I don't see that as
Yeah, but that's not fair because y'all come in with baggage from y'all exes and
Yeah,
y'all.
that's what I said. That's what we're
That's a
saying.
So
that's
it's
a
the same-
generalization.
No, but that's
We're
what I
speaking-
said.
We're speaking on
Generalization.
one thing. We're speaking on people with kids, and you saying, all right, well, you can't have a problem with that because you might have some drama from the past
I'm
relationship.
saying everybody.
Maybe they don't.
Everybody has.
No, but
baggage.
we
That's
just
what
said
I
that.
said. That's what I said. And also, too, you guys are coming in. Not you guys. You guys
She
are
pointed at me.
everybody
She
with the
pointed-
kid.
Zoop, she pointed at me. You guys. Okay.
Everybody,
Right here, not to point in the elbows or anything.
everybody that has a kid besides Ashley, because she doesn't have to deal with that baby daddy drama.
Duan, she's including you too.
I know,
Yeah, I
she
am.
included
I
me,
said
but we in here.
him.
We in here.
But for me, I make a cut and dry from the jump. Like, look, this is how we gonna be moving. Me and my son's mother don't get along like that, so you don't have to worry about that being an issue.
Yeah.
A man with a plan.
So you don't have to worry about me texting her late night or me going over there.
No,
So-
but she's still in the picture.
Let me jump in.
No, not really, because she's not coming over. She's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like if when me, I'm dropping my son off, I'm picking my son up.
She's in the child's picture.
Yeah, but if she were to change any type of schedule, that's going to interfere with your relationship.
No, it's not.
Why is it
It
not?
shouldn't.
Because
I got a piece for you.
So if you plan to go on a date next Saturday, right, and your baby mom was like, "Oh, I can't do," for whatever reason, right, where you have to keep your son, you're gonna cancel that. You're gonna
got
cancel that
grandma.
relationship.
got
He's gonna beat
grandma.
her. He's gonna beat her like yeah.
But he might
auntie.
not. It might be a circumstance where nobody fucking wants to watch the kid, and he has to fucking cancel that plan.
I'm not canceling it.
So you gonna bring your kid along?
Yes, you coming with me.
Hey, high five, high five, high
I agree
five.
with that.
Just to
I'm
jump
not saying
in-
we're going.
Hey.
I'm not saying okay.
But yeah, what if it's a what if you
How
don't want her to
turn
meet
the
the kid yet?
steakhouse
Yeah,
into
what-
Dave and Buster's or something?
Okay, wait.
Because my son's 9, so he go sit at he go get some steak too, or he go get some potatoes or something.
So you let everybody meet your son off rap?
Wait,
No,
off rip?
that's not. But that's not off rip. We talking about somebody that I've been dealing with. But for me, you not meeting.
But what if it's not off the rip?
So off the rip, you're not meeting my kid. At least we 8 months past. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. If you're dating her, y'all been
Right.
dating for a month, you're not ready for her to meet your kid, and plans change, right?
plans not changing because if baby mama supposed to have him, baby mama gonna have him.
Okay,
Straight up.
wait. Jay, go ahead and say your piece on this part, and then tell us your preference and why.
Okay.
So we can get back to the
All right.
subject.
There's something we're missing, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is a difference among sexes, right? But listen, this is a fact. It's a fact. There's no studies done, but take my word for it.
It's a fact. There's no
Listen,
studies.
every nigga I know, every dude I know, if you cut that out, every dude I know, no matter what, no matter how bad shit gets, he can smash his baby mom. Guaranteed.
Cap.
No.
What?
Cap.
Listen.
Cap.
All right, well, hey, this is not
Cap.
me. I don't know one man that can't spit his baby mama. And trust me, this
I
man right
would
here
not
is that.
touch
Listen,
my
listen.
baby mama.
You would not, but that's your decision. But if you wanted to, listen.
I wouldn't want to.
Okay. I can't speak to your situation, but check it out. Let me get it off.
It's your ex-wife.
My man's right here. Beef, funk. Everybody else I know, beef, funk with the baby mama, right? Baby mama, right? They could smash if they wanted to. That's always on the table, no matter how bad shit gets. And I don't know if it's one-sided. I don't know if it's the same. But men, they could always smash the baby mama regardless. So going into the situation, in that situation, you're already going in kind of, it's an uphill
That's
battle.
why I can't do no man with no kids.
But now,
I can't do it.
as a person with no kids, let's say you don't think.
Oh, as a
that-
person with no kids,
But look,
absolutely
No.
fucking not.
No, but
I'm gonna jump in.
you don't think we have that same thoughts on y'all?
On what?
With your ex-girlfriend?
What?
You can't go and smash your ex-girlfriend?
Come on now.
Oh, it's very
you know I am.
possible.
It's-
But
Okay, wait.
but it's
Wait,
more
one
likely.
mic, one mic.
calm
Hold
down.
on.
Do you
Wait,
see the
wait.
shine? Of course
Wait.
I can smash.
If we're gonna
course,
get, hold on,
of course.
hold on. I think that goes for anybody and everybody.
Everybody.
Right. That's very
But I
fair.
think what he's saying is like, okay, it is more likely that somebody you have to deal with on an almost day-to-day basis.
That's not facts.
It's
It
not
is,
facts.
because a man
it's
is
not.
gonna listen,
No,
bruh.
it's not
Well, let's
facts.
not-
But
let's not play coy. A man will double back quicker than a woman
There-
double back.
hold on,
Go ahead.
there's exceptions to every rule, but if you look at a majority, I'm not doubling back on about none of my exes. If I had a baby daddy that I'm dealing with for kid 7 and he's 7 years old,
You're married.
I'm just using an example.
But
like,
you might slip up.
No,
But what I'm saying is
might.
you can't
You never
use
know.
that as a singular thing. Because
Why not?
That's a scale.
But
Why not? Hold on. Why can I not use that?
Because we can use it too.
Because you can use it too doesn't stop me from using it.
yeah.
We
So
can both
that's
use it.
what I'm saying
It's okay.
is, like-
it's okay for more than one person to use that
So
line.
you're not. So you're not dating.
What I'm saying is I avoid that situation because of that and because of other things. That is partial to the
Okay.
reason why I avoid that situation.
Okay, that was his reason. Okay, go ahead, Dewan.
I'm gonna have to agree with my man Jay on that. I mean, if you want,
You know you can fuck her.
No, he's saying why he wouldn't date.
No, no,
people with
no,
kids.
Because he knows he...
So no, I'm agreeing.
Can
with
you smash your baby mama if you wanted to, even though y'all beefing?
Don't fucking.
No.
If you
Don't
wanted
do
to,
it.
if you weren't completely disgusted and wanted to smash her,
Oh
could
my
you?
God.
I mean, to be honest, I feel. To be
It's
honest,
the truth.
I feel
This
like
is the
any
truth.
dude, right?
It's
Any
the truth that
dude,
the people not getting.
any
But
dude can double back and smash.
you know
their
this.
baby mama
I'm
they want
not
to.
pulling
Bruh,
shit out of my
yeah,
ass. This is truth.
That's true. I mean, I'm not in that situation because.
Because you never,
I
because by
control
your
the cards.
choice,
Okay.
by choice.
Okay,
I feel like
let him-
but that's one thing.
Jay,
by,
let him answer.
by choice, a man can double back and smash his baby mom, but he makes the decision if he wants to or if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of dating a woman with kids, I'm open to either because I do have a kid, and then I mean, I just don't see no.
You got to compromise. You damn near in a forced
Sabrina,
compromise. How
you
feel about
said you said you feel like a man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ashley go, and I'm gonna tell.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell my reason.
But
Go
I feel
ahead.
like I didn't even get to like end my.
Because you got
bullshit.
into a whole nother topic.
Well, they were talking,
Because it was all bullshit.
so I am open.
Okay.
Open, closed, it don't matter.
Hey, she's open. Zoom in on. She's open.
Okay. But, so Ashley, that's your preference, or you're not dating anyone with kids? Period.
That's my preference. I will be open to dating someone with kids, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. I don't see because I've never had to deal with it. I've never dated anybody with kids, so
And you need all his attention.
I need all the
You
attention.
can't share the attention.
I need all attention. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so my perspective
It'd be
now.
different if it was their own kid. That's different.
But
Any
you,
puts a
but
hand on
you,
your
but you
chest.
have a kid.
I know, but they don't gotta. So the thing
So
is,
they got to split attention. But you don't want to.
no, but listen. So I have a lot of. My kid has a lot of aunties and uncles, and like they have like a nanny. They have people. My kid, she has people to go to. So that will take her immediately. So if you come to me like, hey, we're gonna go here this weekend. Okay, let me find one of the 20 who can watch her.
That's what I was saying about.
So like, someone's gonna take my kid this weekend. But if I date somebody with a kid, if I'm like, hey babe, I don't got no kid this weekend. What's up? My baby mama's tripping. I'm okay.
you don't have time for that. Because
I like, you know
mama don't get a trip.
what? Like,
why would you do
and-
that if you
or
said
like listen. If I'm like, so I'm very open. I'm very nice. I'm very accepting, right? So if I date somebody with a kid and I happen to drop the kid off to the baby mom because for some reason you can't do it, I'm like, don't worry, babe, I got it. I'll take him, whatever. And why is she driving my kid in the car? I don't got time to deal with that.
You don't have to.
You're not
I'm not.
dealing with that.
I don't
He
want
is,
to.
and he should have already done.
Right,
it
as a man,
before.
you already addressed this. Hey, look, old girl finna drop Junior off. That's what it's gonna be. Why she drop? Because I couldn't make it, and you just be lucky that he getting
And
there.
that's my female, and she's
Yeah.
helping
Right.
me raise
And if
our
you-
son.
right, if
He's
you
not
don't
with
like
you.
it-
Women will be women.
I was gonna say like it's not that
But
it's
you
not
gotta
that
put your
easy.
foot
It's not
down
that complex.
when you-
Like
You do, but women still will be women.
yeah, it's not that simple.
Regardless if you
Everybody's
put your
like Derrick
foot down in
Rose
the
baby
beginning,
mamas.
regardless if you put
Okay.
your foot down in the beginning, they still might act up, and you might have to check her again.
So to
Well,
bounce.
As a man, he shouldn't even put you in that position.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Right.
no, but you're right. But sometimes things happen, so you never know.
right, yeah, but
That's
Things
what I'm
happen.
saying. Things happen with kids.
You
Like
never know.
don't try to put it. Don't.
And
try
as
to,
your woman, you would hope that she picks up for you. So things happen. But to bounce off the original topic, I did see something on Twitter, right? And
What
it
do
was
you mean? You gotta fucking. What do you mean?
What? You want me to expound?
No, she's talking.
Go, Ashley.
So I saw something on Twitter, and it was a video, a podcast, and the woman was basically saying how a man is weak because he is
Yeah,
being,
this is what I'm talking about. That's my perspective.
Right.
I actually agreed with her.
yeah because
Oh shit!
A man is weak.
wait listen
Y'all all got y'all turn. Let me get mine.
hold on a man is weak because he is being a stepfather for another man's child.
I personally wouldn't use the word weak,
think
but
there's
I
an
agree.
argument.
But that's what she said. That's what she
Yeah,
said.
yeah, I know what she said. Yeah, I
she
watched
said
the whole thing.
the man is weak for stepping in and being a stepdad for
I
another
think,
man's
but
child.
I do think you're taking it out of context. Now, now here I'll go into my opinion because my opinion is almost what she said. So, I wouldn't use the word weak, but she did, and I think what she was trying to portray is that. Now we go back to what you guys were saying about men being men, right? You have to provide and protect. You have to put your life on the line for your family, and you have to be able to provide the lifestyle that it fits your family, right? So you're let's just say she does work, but it's part time, or maybe she doesn't work, and you take on this single mother, right? So now you're providing and protecting for this single mother. So you're putting your life on the line. You're providing your resources, your money, and you're feeding and sheltering whatever your family, right? The single mother. So now, 10 years go by, she gets a job and she makes more money than you, and she's ready to leave now. And she's leaving with her child that you'll never see again because you just said you went through the same thing. So now your stepchild is being taken from you, somebody you've provided for and protected, put your life on the line for, and now she's gone. Because she left. Now, and the reason why I think that it's a bad idea for men to date single mothers, and why I don't think that it shows your strength as a man to provide resources and protection for a child that's not yours biologically, is because 80% of women are the people who initially choose to leave relationships. It goes up to 90% if they're college educated. So 90% of women who are college educated, 80% if they're not, are leaving their marriages. And if they're taking these children that are not yours, that you've been providing and protecting for, what does that do to you? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then men's rates of suicide are way higher than women's. And a big portion of that is from divorce. Thanks. So now you're not only doing divorce, now you're taking the children. Mm-hmm. And that's another level that's going to add to mental state.
So state what you, the beginning again.
So the woman said, I have it too, because that's what I responded to on my Twitter. The woman said that men were weak for being stepfathers. But I don't think it's necessarily the strength that, it's not saying you're weak for taking on or stepping in. Yeah, bad word. It's what she's saying.
I definitely think she's used the wrong choice of words. When she said men are weak, I was like,
now obviously
that's a very strong word.
Maybe a supplement for that would be that he doesn't have adequate options.
Yeah, well, yeah. So of course I have a niece who doesn't have a father. So of course it would benefit her to have a man in her life. It would benefit her to have a stepfather. So of course there are, like I said, there are exceptions to every rule. And I wouldn't say that man that came in and would be a stepfather for my niece. I wouldn't tell him directly, like, I don't think this is a good idea.
Well, let me ask you something. Would you prefer a child grow up in a broken home?
Absolutely not. He should grow up in the home with their biological mother and father.
Yeah, but shit happens.
I get that. But
that goes into who you choose.
It does and it doesn't.
It goes into accountability. It does. So now, we can get into this subject because you're going to get my perspective on sex before marriage. You're going to get my perspective on, all this breaking up. What were the reasons you're breaking up? Why are you breaking up for cheating? Like, it's going to get into a whole shitload of worms. That's why I'm just saying off bat, I just automatically think that it would be wrong for men to take on single mothers. Now, I'm not done with my opinion, because I don't feel the same for women taking on fathers.
I agree. You're not wrong. And then
wait.
There's things that support what she's saying. Go ahead.
Because I feel like a man who has children the proof is in the pudding. This man can protect and provide. He can give you the resources.
Whoa. Where did that come from?
It's majority. Again, there are exceptions to every rule.
There's a lot of exceptions.
Because there are deadbeat fathers, right? Okay. But my point is a father, like, again, this is accountability on who the woman is choosing. If I see a man with a kid that is obviously a good father and he has, all whatever women are looking for, then he can protect, he can provide, and he's proven that. And now it's called pre-selection. That is a woman saying, okay, he's done it for her, I want him to do it for me. It's kind of going back into
it's a natural phenomenon. This is nature. This is nature at work.
Let me bring an example. Right, DMX. Right, how many kids DMX got?
He did drugs.
15.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Crack. He's still a valuable asset to
crackhead.
So I don't. So my thing.
We're not about to use a nigga that's a crackhead.
Let's use that.
Nick Cannon.
Let's use that though. So in our minds, right?
None of them
I'm
niggas
not
was-
saying that I agree that you should have many children with many women out of wedlock, right? But as you can see, because proof is in the pudding, that all these women are seeing that he can provide and protect to their standards.
All the people you're naming is perfect for exactly what she's saying.
Yeah,
But
because having that
all
many
come full
women is
circle soon.
proving like that many women are going after the man who
Right,
can
you're
provide and protect.
asking, oh, is this a top nigga? To them, he is.
So
he keep having
the
several
only-
motherfucking
now,
babies.
Wait, but the only part, the only
exactly.
portion.
So let me ask.
Wait. The only portion of that I would push back on is that I don't think one man can be a present father in 15 children, 15 different households.
Absolutely not.
So that's going to go into something else. But the being is he's the one that is like the women are going to take, they can take their kids from him. So at the end of the day, the accountability is still there if he wants to have 15 kids by 15 different people or whatever it is, but it's proving to the women that I'm going to be able to take my kid and still have provision and protection from whatever man they choose. Now, I don't know if he's giving provision and protection. That's a whole different story. But as far as what we're expecting, what women and men are looking for, it's going to be there.
So
Go ahead.
no,
Jay.
so all right. So typically, right, animal nature is sort of parallel to human nature in some regards,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So for instance, I don't know if you guys pay attention to Animal Planet or any of that shit, but they did a documentary on gorillas. And when gorillas have kids, them niggas move on. The niggas don't raise the kids, none of that shit, right? The alpha of the pack is the only one that's allowed to mate,
That's
right?
correct. That's kind of like lions too.
Right. So the alpha is the only one that's allowed to make. So he moves on. He keeps spreading his seed.
Yep.
He keeps doing his thing. You know who raises those kids? The
The
other
mothers.
gorillas. They come over there and they're like, "Wow, what's the only way for me to get some pussy? Raise this fucking kid." So they come in, they raise the kid, woo woo woo, and
That's
they try
the
to work
simp though, right? It's not the
exactly.
alpha.
They try to work themselves into the graces of being able to mate, and that's
Yeah.
that. And I'm not saying this perfectly correlates,
Right.
But to an extent, it does, and you
Yeah.
got to realize, like, yeah, this nigga's dropping his seed off, moving on, and you coming in, hey. I'll take him to soccer practice. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's a clear.
You
are the weakest link.
It's biology.
Exactly. That's not a mistake. That's a natural process. So for you to,
I disagree.
unless granted, I'm not saying it's cookie cutter.
Right.
You come in and
There's
you got
exceptions.
kids. Right. If you have kids, right, and it's okay for you to make this exception. Like, oh, I got kids. I'm gonna deal with somebody with kids. Cool. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not saying nothing about that.
I don't think I'm
But
weak.
I'm just saying.
I don't think you're weak either.
For a
Make it
single
clear.
man with no baggage that's doing okay in life,
Yeah.
for him to accept that situation and feel like a way to get to this great position is through the kid.
I have it.
You know what I mean? I don't think that's I think that's exactly what it sounds like. Just
Yeah.
like we talk about the gorillas, just like it's beta coming in. I don't disagree with that. I agree with that.
I definitely think too. It's more of a biological standpoint of how we were designed to be as
Right,
men, women,
exactly.
and the nuclear family.
Exactly. And
I don't think it's necessarily to say men are weak if they decide to take on a stepchild. That's their preference. But I mean, how many people look at Russell Wilson and call him a simp?
Right, a lot of people.
And
but-
he stood in to take care of
It's
He's a
somebody
good
else's
It's a
kid.
stepdad. That's the
nuclear
thing.
family.
He's
The
a
same
good
thing
step.
you just said
That
you
nigga
should
is
But
a
the-
good
but-
stepdad. I'm not
Future's-
saying nothing
Future's
negative
not
about
taking
him.
care of him.
Right, I'm not saying nothing negative about him. He's a good
He took
stepdad.
his son to the strip club for his birthday.
But you got to keep that
That's
in
typical.
context. He has the resources and so
One of
forth.
the other ones.
He has the resources to do so without noticing. Imagine somebody working a 9 to 5, is making $20 an hour. They breaking their back to provide for somebody else's kid. That drop that seat off and cut to the next woman. Right, that's a different scenario than somebody that doesn't even notice it's gone.
And when he used the gorilla example, and he said, the alpha spreads their seed and then dips, and then somebody else comes in. I mean, I'm not saying somebody
It's
else.
not a stronger
Another
person
gorilla.
coming in to deal with it.
But what
It's a
I'm
weaker
saying,
person.
that's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna, from an animal standpoint, you're gonna look at that and be like, that's obviously not the alpha.
Right, and there's certain circumstances that's different with humans than there is with
Obviously,
gorillas.
yeah.
'Cause as humans, the more baggage you have, the more it's okay to accept. Like, you know what I mean? You got kids, well, cool. It's cool to accept X, Y, Z. The more you have, it's not cut and dry. It's not black and white.
Yeah.
There's gray area, and I feel like that's a gray area. It's like, all right, well,
So
I got these negatives, so I got to balance this out.
So
somehow.
what's the future for that kid?
What's the future for
No,
that's none
so,
of my business
listen.
if it's not my fucking kid.
Listen,
I'll
like
tell
I
you that
said,
right now.
I'm saying,
no,
like,
listen,
what-
like,
Well, I don't give a
Wait,
fuck
wait,
what his
wait.
future is.
Wait.
It could be Togo's, nigga.
Wait. So my point,
Future Togo's.
again, my point
Mayonnaise,
is going back
bread,
to
meat, cheese.
My point is going back to, I honestly believe the biological mother and father should be in the house. I understand there is exceptions to the rule. However, if we really were to sit down and to dissect why people leave their homes, why men leave their homes, why women leave their husbands, we can get into all of that, because half of those reasons are bullshit to begin with. I don't believe, I honestly believe if I were to be somebody who can make laws, I would ban divorce. So honestly, we can get into that subject, but just from this point of view, talking about dating people with kids, that's just how I feel from this point of view. We can get into other stuff, but that's that for that part.
I agree, because I feel like people are leaving each other for fucking like peanuts. Like y'all think y'all have so many options, and I blame social media and the error and all the shit. Because once you're married, once you have a family, that's what you need to fucking fight for. Like, stop leaving for bullshit reasons. Yes, men cheat. Like, okay. Like, the only thing to me that you need to be fucking leaving for is fucking abuse and just plain, like, I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah.
You stand with the cheater?
It depends on what the cheater is.
It's the circumstances.
I don't want to say. Listen.
Do we have kids?
I don't want to say.
Cheat? Is there feelings involved?
I'm not saying that I'm accepting cheating. No. But we need to figure it out. Yeah. Why are you cheating? Is there something I need to fucking change, or do you?
Yeah, you're not putting enough mayonnaise on the sandwich.
Okay, then I'm gonna fucking blather that shit up with mayonnaise, motherfucker. Like,
but let me know, dang. Like, tell me.
Gorilla biology.
You're not doing the swivel 3000.
The gorilla biology is what it is. So, but like,
Miyagi had it perfect, and you ain't doing no waxing, no.
But listen, like Sabrina said, most of the situations is women leaving.
Facts.
So if a man is cheating multiple times, if you're just a serial cheater, then tell me you a serial cheater. And like she said, or like we've all said, it's who you choose.
Baby girl,
Stop
once a week I'ma
choosing.
cheat.
Then I'm not. No, I'm not accepting that. But
that is not circumstantial. We gonna have to call it quits. I'm
gonna know his behavior before we even get married. Unless we get married in 3 days that I met you.
Right.
And that's even
Exactly.
May I ask a controversial question? Do we agree that men cheating and women cheating is different?
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely.
No controversy.
But that doesn't give you a pass. That doesn't give you a pass.
I have a question.
Fair enough. I agree.
What do you consider cheating?
As a man,
Y'all
or
like
woman,
to y'all like to make topics go on.
As a man, I feel like cheating as a man is dedicating your time and your resources, taking some fucking trip with some random person, sending money, supporting some person, right? Not necessarily, feelings.
That is very big.
So not sex.
Yeah, exactly. Actual care for somebody. Don't get me wrong.
Not sex.
It is.
That's very big.
Yes,
sex. Not sex.
Sex is, but I'm saying it's
Is?
listen to what I'm saying.
It is, but
Listen, but it's different though, because male loyalty isn't through sex. It's not through fucking
loyalty.
Hold on.
No, wait,
Listen,
time out.
Listen, let me get through it. Let me get through the thought.
I get
Male,
it.
listen, my nigga, bro, listen. You talking about other shit? Nigga said STDs. Yeah. Never had a. All right, listen. Male loyalty is not through exclusivity, right? It's not at all.
Nope.
Male exclusive. We could have sex with somebody that we fucking hate
And have no feelings.
and have no faith. She could die the next day, and
she can also have a baby.
shame. Right, but I'm not
That's
talking about
extreme.
cheating raw.
Pregnant bitches now.
That's extreme.
Listen.
Okay.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
One mic. Go.
All I'm saying is male exclusivity. Sexual exclusivity is not a way that men typically show their affection or their loyalty, right? You would weigh a man's loyalty, right, in a relationship, right? Take cheating outside of it. You would be like, wow, he cares for me. He's spending time with me. He makes sure that I don't. He protect me. He would fucking die for me. You know what I mean? He would spend money on me. XYZ time. Blah 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 blah. Right? You would consider those things as a man, right? Yeah. So if a man does that, if a man shares that with somebody else, then I'm like, all right,
yeah,
that's. That nigga's cheating. He's supporting this other household that is not connected to him. Okay. That is fucking cheating. He's not. Sure, he goes out. He there's disrespectful shit like you fuck some bitch and it's in the same city or XYZ blah blah blah. Yeah, that's cheating. That's disrespectful. Blah blah blah. But male loyalty and woman loyalty are different. As a man, you want your woman. You want to know nobody has a shot. Yeah. Nobody has a fucking shot. She's not replying to DMs. She's ignoring them. Yeah. She's fucking curving these niggas left and right. That's female loyalty right there. Yeah. Male loyalty is time and resources. Female loyalty is like attention, sex, sexual exclusivity. So that's why I'm saying that there's a difference. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You agree,
Duan?
No, I agree
110%. Because you let a motherfucker touch that box, this is a wrap.
Right, and a dude can fuck some chick and she dies. She dies of fucking in the middle of her heart transplant. This nigga will eat a sandwich in the same fucking 10 minutes that he found out about it. Right here. He don't care at all, bro.
Not
These are-
heart transplant.
Oh, shame!
God.
Is it shame? Is this? Are these artichokes? Are these artichokes?
Wait, I just want to say that this kind of falls into what we were talking about earlier this week with when we were talking about.
What was that talking about? Go ahead.
Me and Sabrina were talking about just the murder mystery podcasts that she listens to, and it was like somebody she knew that did something.
That murdered
And
somebody?
I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
damn, he just didn't
You know
even give a
murderers?
fuck, right?
We could talk about it.
So-
So my godfather was a suspect for a pregnant woman who washed up in the San Francisco Bay around the same time Lacey Peterson did.
Oh,
and
shit.
so it was my godfather. So that's fine. We can talk about it. Okay.
But basically, like, yeah, she was the mistress, and I'm like, do you even? Okay. She was the mistress, and she died, and so I'm just like, damn, he don't even give a fuck. Like, he got a wife, they chilling, whatever. So it's just like,
Baby,
you know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you guys agree that if a woman cheats on a dude, she at least likes the dude a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely, because when women
For
cheat,
sure.
We're emotional cheaters.
when women cheat, it's definitely an emotional
When
thing.
women cheat, we're putting our prize on the line.
yeah.
When women cheat, you gotta question
That's a good way
why
to
did
put
we
it.
cheat for why?
It's
Because
definitely a reason. It's
there's
something
more of a
going on within
reason.
their relationship, but
Yes.
they found another connection with somebody else.
Yeah.
I was watching some
Exactly.
video. I was watching some video, and it was like, in terms of cheating, she was like, basically the example that I gave, she didn't give, but she agreed with it in what she was saying. She was saying that most of men cheat. They're not cheating because they're ready to leave, right? So they stay in. Most women that cheat, they're cheating to leave, like they're ready to
Yeah.
leave the situation,
Yeah.
and that kind of corresponds with all
Or
the
to
shit that
prove
we're
a
saying.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're
which is
petty
to
like
leave.
your ass.
Don't prove me no motherfucking point.
Yeah, that's to leave.
Point, you gonna be
Let's be
outside.
clear. That is to leave.
Quick. You have some. You look like you got some.
No.
Yeah, you got a lot to say, brother. Go ahead.
Hey,
All right. If not,
drop that
no.
knowledge.
All right.
Drop that
We're
knowledge.
going back to what we were talking about.
Well, I
so
was
go
gonna
ahead,
go on to the next
Topic.
The next topic.
Yeah,
It has to do
similar.
with the femininity and masculinity. I'm gonna pull up a picture. I'm gonna have the producer.
let's not do this.
No.
I'm ready. Give it. Give it to me.
Wait.
Is it one of the two that have been popular on? Okay.
Yeah. So this just hold on. So wait.
I hope it's not my favorite gown.
Wait. Okay. So I'm gonna have her show you guys the picture, and not all at the same time.
Bruce Jenner.
No, I want you guys to tell your 1 word, 2 words, the first thought that hits your mind. Again, this is still relating to the topic of masculinity, femininity, modern women, dating, all that.
Let me
So-
take a sip.
And then this
You
picture,
talk the less.
this picture hit like the internet, and it went crazy.
It's either ASAP
So-
Rocky or Jonathan Majors.
All right, go ahead, show the picture.
Who is that? Is that two?
That's Rihanna and
It's
A$AP
Rihanna,
Rocky and
ASAP
their
Rocky, and their baby on the front of Vogue magazine. And this picture went crazy on Twitter the past couple weeks, even Instagram. So I'm gonna go around, and even if it's a nice word, if it's a bad word, whatever you guys think,
baby.
immediately.
What are your views on it?
And we're gonna start with Dewan. We'll pass up the girls first.
I mean, I really can't see it from here, but
That's you don't got 20/20 vision. Real niggas got 20/20 vision. Keep it a buck.
33 vision.
I just want to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
How old are you?
Right.
That nigga look like a housewife. A$AP Rocky.
Okay. Wait. Not all at the same time.
Go. What's your views? Go.
Disgusted.
Why are you?
Why are you disgusted?
Wait.
Elaborate, please.
Let's go
Rihanna
through.
looks cute, no?
Let's go through and get everyone's just initial thought first, and then
Okay.
we'll go into
No
explanation.
Just initial thought.
Because this will, if we all say we're gonna
So-
change everybody's mind.
So
and stuff.
for me personally,
Wait, you just say one
No,
word.
you just say one word. You're disgusted.
well,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Okay,
just-
disgusted.
Jay, go ahead. He's disgusted. What are you?
Don't say why. Just say your word.
Revolted.
Oh my gosh.
Revolted.
Go ahead, Chris.
Emasculation.
Okay, so it looks like across the board, the men actually all agree pretty much with each other.
Okay.
Okay, so women, what do you guys think?
Mine's the same with Quavy emasculation.
it's cute.
I do love Rihanna though, but it is definitely emasculation.
It has nothing to do with the people in the
Yeah,
picture. It has
it's not
everything to do with
character.
the picture. It's
Yeah.
not the character.
What's
it's
being promoted?
correct. And then after seeing,
High. What is it? High independence or whatever.
yeah,
Hyper.
I don't know.
Hyper independence.
Like soft girl era wear.
Like-
It's giving boss bitch.
It's giving,
Do you have a word or
It's
thought?
giving independent. I'm a strong, independent black
It's a
woman.
girls tour or a world tour.
Hold
I
on,
don't
one mic,
necessarily
one mic.
have a word, but
confused.
Okay.
I don't know what you're confused
Ash?
about.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky has a
Hold on.
history.
Yeah, because I don't have like one word. There's like a lot going through
That's
my
what
head.
I'm saying. Like,
It's a lot because
I have questions about the picture.
you a strong independent black woman.
So then your word
for
be
sure.
why?
With a weenie.
Who's the woman? There we go. Who's the woman?
Yeah, because I think the biggest thing it's not even it's the shoulder back chest out for me. So
what's your word?
That's my thought. My first initial thought is her shoulder back and her chest out is just says a lot.
So hyper independent.
It's the holding the hands though, like she's leading.
Yeah.
Like follow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold the baby.
And
Follow
he's
me.
like, okay, I
there's
gotta
a lot.
get the baby.
Yeah.
But this goes with the traditional.
Yeah.
It's given I make more money.
Okay,
Giving non-traditional.
Let's go back through and you can say what
So go, Dewan.
your detailed thoughts.
So for me, it's this whole thing of let the woman lead.
Yeah.
She's in charge. I make the most money, so you're gonna do what I say, and you're gonna take care of this kid. You're gonna raise this kid, and you're gonna be the woman of the house. I'm gonna be the man of the house.
And you gonna let him breastfeed. You gonna let him niggas with no milk coming out. All that shit.
So take my hand. I'm gonna lead you guys to the promised land because I'm Big Daddy Rihanna.
And when I put this peg on, I'm hitting that shit.
Wow.
Not the peg.
Wait,
He
so
gotta bend
Dewan,
over for you.
so Dewan, do you think it's a Rihanna thing or a Vogue thing?
Vogue.
I think it's a Vogue thing.
Both of them.
A media pushing the agenda.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
go ahead,
What
Jen.
agenda?
I think there's a ginger. I think it's an agenda to, emasculate men, blah, blah, blah. I think from first glance is immediately, all right, ASAP Rocky's the woman. And he has a history of dressing in dresses and skirts and so forth. If you Google it, you see him with his hair permed and his nails done and a nice, pretty skirt on, right? So I think that's the narrative they're pushing. I think that they right? So Hollywood's not random, right? They push things that they want to become they push things. They have certain agendas. They want that to become the status quo or whatever. And I think that's what's happening. You look at him. He's holding the baby. He's the housewife. She's stepping forward. She's like, "Oh no, I'm leaving you for someone that's a man," right? Look at her. Zoom in on the picture. That's what you see.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just part of.
I have a completely different perspective.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I think that's part of the emasculation. I think that's something feel like there's for whatever reason they're invested in having weak men, timid men.
What
And that's
about
what
you,
they want.
TT?
I agree. I don't think that because even it's funny because I noticed when I hold my guy's hand, I'm always walking kind of.
Not you. She doesn't. She's pointing to me because in our last podcast I was trying to make her say boyfriend and she wouldn't say.
Anyway,
it. That's what she said.
so when I
Y'all saw
hold
that.
his hand,
Y'all saw that.
Give me the fucking mic.
I don't even think I was pointing, but okay. Anyways, when I hold his
that Quavo a lot today.
no,
Oh my God.
You gotta wrap this up.
so when I hold his hand, I notice that I do kind of walk behind him.
Like you're supposed to.
Right. So it's nice. It's not like a conscious thing. It's just something I noticed over the week or whatever.
Rihanna got that dick.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I want a leader. I don't want to lead. You know what I mean? So to watch this, to see this picture, and I'm like, why the fuck are you? Like, come on, motherfucker, let's go. Like, no. But I am curious to know what Mel's different perspective is.
Yeah.
So it's
Go
the
quick.
same, but it's different.
I got a little different. I mean, I think what Vogue was trying to do was
Shine.
it's about
a light
Rihanna.
on Rihanna.
Yeah.
it's Rihanna reborn, but it's her like leaving, like y'all said, the gorilla thing.
Reborn as a
All right,
man.
I'm leaving Rocky and the baby behind.
the alpha.
As me.
Yeah.
I'm leading. I'm on my own. And then
Finds a new cop.
just the fashion for Rocky is just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Look, he just.
But like he said, he's got a history of that.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
He's
but
sassy.
I mean,
Very sassy.
Yeah.
Mr. Sassy Pants.
So, I think it has to do with Rihanna being such a headstrong black woman, and them.
So you think it's representation?
Yes, it's a representation to make black women look. I think this is what they
Which
were
is crap.
trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go.
I think this is what they were trying to do. If you looked at all the past Vogues with like Beyonce and Jay-Z, we know Jay-Z ain't ASAP. We know Jay-Z made Beyonce like you. We already know all this shit.
I don't know one
So,
black dude
hold
that's
on.
gonna get behind another female like that.
But hold on.
Travis or what?
One right there.
What's
So
his name?
they're making Rihanna look like
I mean,
this
a man.
headstrong black woman, which she is. It's not a look. She is. But
That's the thing.
she's so the headstrong person, but they're wanting to make him look like a softer black man. Like, yes, I'm helping raise this baby.
So you think that it was
This is it.
the intention behind it was good?
No.
It could be.
So sorry.
But I see it in both ways.
So I think
it could be read both ways. Like you're looking at a strong black woman, like she could lead the way, but they're also saying like, oh, this being a black man.
Can I ask you a question?
They have a bad rep for
can I just
being
get
in
off
their child's life.
Can I get mine off really quick? I agree, but I feel like that is also the reason why we have this stigma on us. Oh, strong black woman.
That's exactly
strong black woman.
I'm not
It's like
saying that I
at
like
one
the
point,
picture,
no, yeah, but I'm saying like Hollywood, social media, all that shit tries to push that on us so much, like strong black women. But
I disagree.
but then y'all try to demean us for it at the same time.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Put an emoji on both of their heads. Who is the man in that picture?
Dewan, go
It's
ahead.
her.
Who's the man? Put an emoji on both of their heads. Who's the man?
It's her.
Thank you.
Dewan, go ahead.
That's why.
But that's what
It comes full circle. It comes full circle.
But that's what
This
I'm
is why
saying.
these passport niggas is on YouTube talking that passport
But
shit.
that's what I'm
Because of
saying.
this.
That's why I'm saying it's a negative connotation too,
Exactly.
because y'all
Yeah.
want her to look so glamorous as a strong black woman, but yet the average black man wants to go overseas and get somebody that's more softer.
Let's be honest.
Who is y'all? When you see y'all want her, when y'all say y'all want her, none of us want her because Vogue wants her. That's the agenda.
You don't want Rihanna?
That's the agenda that they're promoting. When you say you don't want Rihanna, I don't want Rihanna like that. Dragging me.
No, but
no, brother, I don't.
wait.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
got nuts.
Go ahead, Quake.
Let's look at it though. It's Rihanna and it's ASAP Rocky. So you, I mean,
And it's a man and it's a woman. And
we
it's
know for a fact
That's
she
exactly,
makes
bro.
way more money than
This
him.
is full circle.
We
This is
know that
exactly
for a
what we've been
fact.
talking about, right?
Can I ask you a
Earnings.
question?
If you determine who's the man and who's the woman based on earnings, this is the picture that you're gonna get. This is exactly what we've been talking
I was
about.
about to say that
Go ahead, Dewan.
for me is why only are black people portrayed like this? You don't see Brad Pitt
Can I tell you?
get his ass
Can I
trumped.
answer?
Another connotation.
My Angelina Jolie. And he make more money than that.
Wait. Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the breaking of the nuclear family.
Yes.
Exactly. They trying to make it seem like, oh, strong black independent woman, but these are the situations that we get deemed for. These are the situations that's breaking up everything because you don't want the woman to be the leader.
It's
Yeah, y'all are trying to glamorize it in fucking Vogue.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ashley. Ashley didn't say her piece. What do you think about your details on that?
But the problem is, nobody wants to talk about it. But they're pushing this agenda for the black woman to be independent and strong, and you guys are taking it.
Because who's easier to
I
steer?
don't
Who's
think-
easier to manipulate?
I don't think the
Why do they
media
do that?
it. I think black women been doing this
From the
for
70s.
equality,
But wait.
for
From the
education.
70s,
But
it's
when
been
you say that,
incentivized.
but when you say that, it had to stem from somewhere.
Yeah,
From
taking
the
the black man out of the
70s,
home.
No,
it's
it
been
came-
incentivized to get the black
Black
man out of the house.
Out of the home.
From the 70s.
It's government,
it's been going from
academics,
slave
Hollywood.
days. Yeah, it's been going from slave days. You could talk about the war on drugs, but that's what they had. What were the women doing? Yeah, they had to.
What? Had to what?
The man was in jail. If you
Exactly. So it's been incentivized for the woman to be the leader of the household. Because who's easier to manipulate?
But when the man comes back home, the woman
Tell me this. Tell me this.
she steps
What
down
household is
from back then.
what household is easier to manipulate? One with the man standing in the front, or the one with the woman is the leader of the house? What's easier to manipulate? The household through propaganda. Tell me that. Answer that, Marquavis.
I don't think.
And it's also easier to manipulate a already broken household because the man is in jail.
But why is it
Or
broken
not
for
there.
that reason? That is the exact reason that it's broken. If it's broken because the man is in jail, what's easy? It's not like they said, oh,
But
man,
look,
all right,
it's
it's
not-
broken. It may be easier. You know what I mean? They broke it, and then that's easier to manipulate because it's broken. As a result of it being broken, we're gonna do this.
It's not even. Again, I don't think it's a race thing because if you think about
No,
it,
I don't either.
Wick has
Nobody's
been
saying
around-
race.
Hold on, let me get it.
All right, go ahead.
Wick has been around since the 70s. What was Wick for? Women and children.
Yeah.
The man has to be out of the house, right?
Incentivized. Who?
Yeah.
When you sign up for that shit, whose pocket does it come out of
It's
via
not-
credit?
it's not a race
That's
thing.
incentivized.
It's just breaking
You can
up of
say
the
it's not
nuclear
a race
family.
thing, but who did it largely affect?
Yeah, it did largely
You
affect.
can't say that
people of
it's not a
color
race
effect.
thing.
It did.
Cool, even
But-
if it's not a race
okay.
thing, because I'm not like a race black people.
Well, that was
Okay.
when war on drugs came, right? Cats was going to prison. You know, women had to, even the white folks. Sorry, man.
But just
Look. But when
Answer the
Cats
question.
when Cats was getting drafted, right? Women were at home. What happened?
It's
You know
so
what I'm
it's
saying?
incentivized
So-
to get men out of the house.
Yeah.
And Wick was it wasn't fucking promoted to white women, right? Who at the
course
time?
it was.
Of course it was at the time in the
Wait, wait,
70s.
wait, other case. This is a whole other conversation, y'all.
wait. Yeah, let's get back on topic because
Yeah, let's get
we
back
have
on
a
topic. We
small
have to
amount of
wrap it
time
up.
left.
Yeah,
But
we have to
Stop the cat.
Ashley, what do
Go,
you
Ashley,
think?
yeah.
Because we got one more topic before we end this, and got only a little bit of time. So, your thoughts, your details. What do you think? You agree? Disagree?
I agree with basically everyone saying. Like, obviously, Rihanna is pulling the man. It's obvious in the picture. She's pulling the man.
Dragging
But,
that nigga through
and
the
even
sand.
the title, Rihanna Reborn, it's like reborn into the
alpha.
man?
Yeah.
The alpha? Like, what what is it?
That's
like,
exactly what they're
like,
doing. And
it's
then we just watched the Super Bowl. You see him in the stands.
Supporting her.
and also if you want to
Like, you're just a fucking fan.
break down the Super Bowl, also she did that solo. So she had many opportunities to bring in her act. So, but she made it known that she
Nobody
is
listened to
pregnant.
A$AP.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying she could have brought in anybody.
I think
Out
Rihanna's
of-
reborn because she
I
was
can
with-
have
Rihanna Reborn. She's.
10 down
I
low,
love
bro. Ain't no way I'm
Rihanna.
getting drunk
Wait,
in the
let's just
sand.
say. Let me just
One
say.
sec,
I
one
do.
mic.
I
so
do
long
love
ago.
Rihanna.
One mic, one
I
mic,
do
one
love
mic.
Rihanna.
That's what we knew Rihanna for. Her
We-
with Chris Brown.
That would have been. Not gonna lie. That would have been dope if she brought in Chris Brown, right? That would have been dope.
ASAP is a simp. We can all
That would have
agree.
been dope. Yeah.
Okay.
ASAP is
So
is
go
Rihanna's
ahead, go
fan.
ahead, Dwan.
I was saying,
Sorry.
like you said, Rihanna could have brought anybody that she want. I remember a time when
A man was a man.
But what's that bitch name? Nicki Minaj was taking Meek Mill everywhere she was going. So you could bring whoever you want. She didn't bring that nigga. He was in the stand doing this shit.
Exactly.
Meek Mill was opening up
Yeah.
for Nicki Minaj.
They had songs together.
Nikki was letting her man lead. I'm going here, you coming with me, and you gonna open for me.
Until he went to jail. She was like,
Meek
bye,
Mill,
nigga.
Meek Mill was on top of
That's
the rap game too, though.
nah, he wasn't on top. But that's a unique situation. I agree. He was, he was
Meek
doing
was
his shit.
on. Meek was a top 5 rapper at the time when they was together.
That's because she put her man on. She let him do all the shit.
Nah,
That's
she didn't put him on. She didn't put him on.
yes, she did.
I was listening to
I
Dream Chasers.
disagree.
She made him
Yeah.
popular for that time being. What the fuck has he done since then?
Okay, so our last topic, well, it can be last. I know how we tend to go into other topics, so that's fine. This will be the last one on the list of things that I have for us. But so we all know with the overturning of Roe versus Wade, right? You can roll your eyes because I know that's not really what we're talking about. But that in a lot of...
Do you not know? Do you know Roe versus Wade?
No, I know. I didn't hear what happened.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm. This is basically our last topic I was going into. That's what I was saying. But so we all know with the overturning of Roe versus Wade, that women in most states still have their choice, their right to abortion, right? So with that being said, that gives women the right to decide whether or not they are having their child, right? So I want to know, the question is, if you guys agree that since women have the choice to be mothers or not, should we give men the choice to a financial abortion? Basically allowing you to decide whether or not you want to financially provide for that child. Now, since she gets to choose to be a mother, should we allow men to choose to be fathers?
Basically, to be in the lives or not.
Yes, and the reason I say this because as a man, right? If you tell a chick I'm not ready to be a father, she has the option to be like, I don't give a fuck,
Right.
But as a woman, if the dad is like, oh, I'm ready to be a dad, and she's like, I'm not ready to be a mother, so I don't give a fuck. That's not fair.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that aspect. But okay, so what if you say that same thing? Does that make you less of a man?
Say what? Same thing.
If you choose the
if you choose the financial abortion, right?
Schmoabortion.
Schmoabortion. Whatever. If you choose that,
Catapult.
does that make
baby
you less of a
catapult.
man because you're not ready to step up to take care of you? So if you had unprotected. Can we say
You've
sex?
had unprotected
You
sex
had
before,
unprotected
right?
sex. Yeah, unprotected sex. You knew what you was getting into. You had a baby. You're like, I'm not ready for it. She's like, well, I'm gonna have it. Does that make you less of a man because you don't want to step up and take care of her or the baby?
I don't think so because again, she's choosing her destiny and yours. No.
But you chose it the initial when you first lay down.
That's
When you drop that seed, them
that
seeds
goes
off.
with having sex before marriage, like Sabrina always says.
You
Granted,
cream
yes,
pied it.
we all had sex before
sometimes
marriage.
you gotta test that card
But at
before
the
you
same
buy it.
time, at this big age, don't lay down with somebody you don't want to have a kid with.
That,
Period.
I
Do
feel
not
like
lay down with nobody you don't want to have a kid. If you're having sex with people you can't see yourself having a kid with,
then you're just fucking to fuck. And if she get pregnant, that's
Wait.
on you.
Yes, I agree with you guys, but let me narrow it. I'm talking about from a standpoint of legal and society. So yes, obviously, if I'm sleeping with a man and he decides like I don't want to pay for this kid, it makes him in my eyes less than a man. If I decide to go and have a abortion, and maybe he thinks less of me as a woman, I don't know. What I'm saying is, do we agree that to make the playing field leveled out and equal for both men and women, we should have that choice, regardless of what it makes us look like?
Okay.
So should men have the choice?
Okay, so T, yeah. Do you think men should have a choice?
Should have a choice whether they have a say so on
whether they decide to be a father to the child or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because I shouldn't have, I mean, yes, it's my body, whatever, all that stuff. But if he want to be a shitty nigga, then he want to be a shitty person. Like,
Right.
that's his choice.
I say yes and no because I look at it, okay, as a man, you lay down, you're like, all right, I'm not ready. But then if you coming up on your 35th one, like your 35th, I'm not ready. Dog.
So
I mean, that
goes back and forth. If a girl has a 35th abortion, I mean, that's wild.
So to me,
What's the consequence?
so if
you want to keep messing with me and I done got fucking 3 abortions or ABs at this time, like, goddamn, nigga.
So my thing is, okay, say I do get pregnant and I don't want it, I want to abort it, but he doesn't. That says something.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
that is fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel it has to become mutual. If you're just out here getting abortions and not letting the dad know, that's sick. That's disgusting.
But we're gonna get into. We don't have to get into that necessarily.
That's
we don't have to get into
disgusting. So if
abortions.
I'm saying like I'm not ready, like I don't want this kid, and he's like, no, let's do it. I'm gonna be handsome.
Yeah.
So to kind of get back on topic, so like if I were to get pregnant and I'm like, I'm gonna keep the baby, and he's like, no, it's wrong because now I'm looking at you for child support.
Well, it's
But you didn't want the baby anyway, so
It's
you have the
accountability
financial, you have the right too to be like, I didn't want the baby, so I do agree because
Yeah.
like now I'm gonna come for you for child support.
Yeah, I think it definitely
That's
has to do
wrong.
with accountability. It's who the women pick to choose
Of
and who the
course.
men pick to choose. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes, but I guess where the question really stems from is just okay. So even if she doesn't believe in abortions, but she believes in the right for women to be able to choose, and now she's laid down and she slept with a man, and then the next day he's like, actually, I liked you, but I didn't think this was going to move so fast. You're pregnant. I don't want to do it. And should she respect the fact that he should have that decision? I mean, that's what world we're living in.
Yeah.
So of course it's going to be a crappy conversation, a crappy situation.
Ideally, no, we're not gonna respect it, but it is what it is at this point.
And you know what? Some of y'all don't. Y'all be on the pill, but then y'all don't be taking the pill, and y'all don't be communicating that stuff.
We don't be on the pill.
But at the end of the day,
people you wouldn't have a baby with.
at the end of the day,
That pussy
you're
might
laying
be
up
good.
with somebody and 2 people make a baby.
Hey, but look,
so
sometimes don't act
if this was back in the old times where there was no abortion, what the fuck you gonna do?
Hey, but look, don't act like.
I mean, where there was no contraceptive or
Don't
nothing.
act like y'all be fucking just to make sure that you can fuck that person for the next
Okay,
30 years
but
too.
if you want to hold
So don't
both
be
parties
acting
at
like-
We don't.
accountability, if you want to hold
That's
men,
cap. If y'all sit here, if y'all sit here and say no sex till marriage, and then you get married and you unravel a squeam, you know what I'm saying?
but how would we even know?
Well, first of all, let's make it
not
clear
doing
they
that.
don't. Nobody here believe. I don't know about what these two believe, but
Even
nobody
if we
here
believe that,
Nobody here believes
even
in
if we
what?
believe that, if he had a squeam, it doesn't matter because I'm a fucking virgin.
You a virgin?
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
She's saying no
in that
sex
situation.
before marriage. Yeah.
I'm
gonna
saying
say,
if
we're
I
all
was
30 here.
I'm
We're
saying
not
if I
virgins.
was a virgin and I got with somebody that had a small fucking penis, it doesn't matter because I'm a virgin.
If a woman loves you, she loves you. If your dick is whack, it doesn't matter.
If she's a virgin, she ain't gonna know if that dick's small or
Either
not.
way.
She
where
gonna
did
know
this
if it's
even
that
come? Where did
noodle.
this virgin stuff come
Boy, you
from?
put that noodle in and she
because
go
I
crazy if
said
that's her first noodle.
You're
boy.
not supposed to have
Nigga,
sex
you
until
show all
marriage.
kind of moves
Yeah,
with
but
that noodle.
even
She
with
ain't
that,
had
I'm
no
sure
meat.
everyone has had sex.
But
So
she
it's
ain't had no dick in there.
Okay, so
aren't gonna happen.
basically, to get back on topic, just know who you're having sex with. Don't have sex with nobody you're gonna have a baby with. The whole abortion wouldn't be an option. Okay,
That's
right?
a perfect world.
I would say if
That's a perfect world.
In a perfect world, but in a logical world, if you're thinking logically, you gonna lay down with just anybody?
At 18, 17?
But you're in your 30s.
Oh no, I'm just asking.
Oh,
if you
no.
if I my 17,
We're talking about right now today.
Yeah, in your 30s.
So Jay, what do you think? Do you think that men should have the decision or whether or not they should be fathers?
I mean, from an idealistic standpoint, yeah, that would be fair. That would be fair if you was to say, oh, hey, well, you don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to be on child support. That's fair. But that's not realistic. You know what I mean? We played the game where the rules are already set. So if we playing basketball, if I'm like, hey, I think it'd be fair if I run the fuck out of bounds and put the ball in the hole, don't dribble none of that shit. That wouldn't matter, right? That's of no consequence. So same thing.
But we're over here. But we're in a day and age where women are fighting for the right to choose whether or not to have children.
No, yeah, I understand.
So should we also be fighting for the right for men to choose?
I think idealistically that would be great if men could choose, but going into it that you don't really have a say. You know you have it. You know it before you do it. You know what I mean? So you make I think what makes him or partially what makes a man, right? Is control of your own mind, right? Control of the decisions you make. You have all of this information. It's not clue. It's not
Context clues.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not ridiculous for you to assume, oh, okay, she wants a kid. I don't want a kid. There might be some type of disagreement that we have in that situation. So why would you raw?
Yeah.
Right? So ultimately, you're responsible for that. You're responsible for putting yourself in that situation. Regardless of if it's fair or not, it exists. And those are the rules.
Yeah.
You got to play by the rules. You can't implement your own fucking rules, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll say, all right, well, these are the rules. You got to play by those rules. Yeah, you know this information. Be more.
Do you think that puts more pressure on men when like having sex with women? Like, oh, I gotta understand that I'm gonna have sex with him with no
Everything
choice.
is pressure on men.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
Everything.
Yes, there's more pressure on men, but it doesn't matter because just like we were like, all right, well, you got to allow men to lead X, Y, Z. You should be better under pressure, right? So I'm not just saying it for positives, right? I'm not just saying it for you can control. You could tell her not to go out, right? It's positives and negatives to being in control, to being in a man, right? So if you're like, all right, you shouldn't go here, you're the man, and you expect her to listen, all right, well, cool. Yeah, that's part of that. You could consider that a
with
positive.
the understanding that you don't have a choice when it comes to having a baby.
Exactly. So it's give and
Makes
take.
sense.
So you gotta accept the negatives with the positive. There's negatives to being a man, right?
Yeah.
There's absolutely negatives to being a man. And I think that's one of them. So you got to be more aware, and you need to be more in control of yourself. If you know that you don't want to have a fucking kid, well, maybe you shouldn't fucking nut in this woman, right?
Yep.
At the end of the
Sometimes
day.
you don't even nut in it. Sometimes you just got,
Well, maybe you shouldn't have sex with her raw if you
Maybe
know
you got
that.
the
If you
drip.
know, all right, I'm headed here.
You decided to have sex without a condom.
Right.
Sometimes y'all be saying y'all allergic to the
Listen, life is all about exposure. If you're an aggressive person,
Allergic.
if you're an aggressive person, I might have an issue with this individual. It's completely up to you to determine whether or not that goes to the next level. It's the same with sex, right?
Yeah.
So as a man, you need to be in control of yourself. If you're not in control of yourself, you're not all the way a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just like you would say, all right, well, I don't need to add fuel to this fucking fire that could spiral out of control and send me to jail, getting into some situation with this nigga. All right, well, cool. You don't need to be in a situation where you busting all in this woman's loins.
Oh my god.
That's what I was gonna say too, because I feel like a man is not really like a man if he's just out here just doing everything with anybody. That makes you less of a man. Like once you get past 18, 20, we get it. But you're in your 30s. You're not just out here doing with anybody. You single, you're not married, you got no kids, and you just still doing this? Yeah, okay.
and it's
you get what you get. You get what you're gonna come. You gonna go get a baby at this point,
and it's like
child support.
You can't expect.
You gonna get a baby and child support.
Pretty much, and I feel like you're not supposed to be like, all right, I expect this woman to give me control of her life, but you can't control yourself. So to a degree, just like it would be her job to vet that, it's also your job to have control of yourself. So control yourself. Then, you get what you get, and you play with the hand that you get. But you playing with fire doing that shit.
You get what you get, and you don't throw fish.
Exactly.
I do think men don't think a lot though.
Go ahead.
They don't think of the long term.
What age of men are we talking about?
Go ahead, Dewan.
We're trying to think 30s, but y'all keep going back to the 20s.
If you let that cake batter flow out, and you ain't trying to have no motherfucking kid, that's on you. You got to be smart about it. You have to be able to control it's hard. Nobody said it's easy.
So don't lick the spoon.
Huh?
Basically.
So then, okay, wait. I'm gonna let Dewan answer what
like
he
you could
thinks.
lick,
Do you
just
think
don't
that
stick.
men should have the
Lick the
choice?
spoon.
Damn, lick
You
the
talking
spoon.
about cake batter? You know when you want to lick the spoon after
See out here licking spoons.
But go, not me, them. Go, Dwan.
Right here, I ain't licking no spoon. I ain't licking no spoon. No, licking no spoon.
All right, go ahead, Dewan. Do you think men should have the decision to be fathers?
Yeah. I believe they should have a say so. I mean, they're not going to have one, but I believe they should have a say so.
You do.
Yeah.
So, okay, with that being said, like, I think you just, I kind of lost my thought.
Find it.
It'll come back.
It was, you were saying something just a second ago. What was the last thought you said? And then you said something.
Mainly, like, all right,
Control yourself.
It would be,
okay, the
control yourself.
self-discipline. And then what did you say? Oh, about men, like, having the choice.
control.
So, would you guys wife a woman that would have a abortion?
Would I wife a woman that had? Yeah, if she did it for me. If I was like, hey, have an abortion.
If she
I'm
did
just saying. Listen. I'm not saying. I'm not gonna say
If she
have
had
an
one,
abortion.
why would
I'm
it
just
be-
saying if I suggest that and you take it, that's cool. But I'm not saying.
I'm just saying, okay, whether she's had one in the past or had one with you,
Yeah, I don't
it
give a
doesn't
fuck about
bother
that.
you.
Nah,
I don't-
But the fact that you
I
guys
don't care about how
have
many kids you killed, long as they ain't ours.
Yeah. Outside of the fact that she had sex before.
So,
me.
but the fact that
Which
you
is
guys
completely
don't have that choice, it's still okay.
Yeah.
So she's had that choice and she's made that choice and she's okay with having that choice, but you guys don't have that choice. It's still
So
okay.
she'll
for you.
kill again.
Yeah.
My thing is,
Exactly.
I don't have a problem.
And then she ain't gonna tell you.
Listen,
I see
if
what
we're
you're
in
saying.
sync,
I'm like, what?
if we are in sync for our killing, I had no problem.
Okay, but if she's
If she doesn't tell you,
okay,
that's a
So
problem.
she doesn't tell you about her past ones?
No, I don't even give a fuck about that.
Honestly,
Honestly,
I don't
so
care.
if she was pregnant, if you got her pregnant and you didn't know, and she went and got aborted,
If I didn't know, I
hell
can't be mad.
hell yeah, that's a problem. You killed my kid. I didn't even have it. I
You
said
said,
no say.
what?
you said I didn't know that she was pregnant.
yeah.
And then she goes with, it's
Oh, I
my
mean,
body, my choice.
No, if I never knew, I can't be mad if somebody didn't know.
Well, it's my paycheck, my
It's gonna
choice.
come up in the argument.
But I mean, now if she did,
That's
and-
why I killed your bitch
yeah,
ass son.
Then
That's
here
what
we
you
got.
oh my God,
Now we got
can
a
we
problem.
not?
Then we got a
That's what you gonna
problem.
say.
So I guess to come to a conclusion, it sounds like you guys are just so used to not being able to have that choice, and it doesn't matter to you.
The choice just starts. I feel like for us, because of how things are, which who cares? It doesn't matter if things are fair. It just matters
You're
what
right.
they are. That's reality, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So regardless
But I think where I'm going is I'm saying, okay, if you're okay with not being able to have that choice, why would you want to be with somebody who's making those choices? Like, you want it to be fair somewhere, even though life isn't fair,
It's
right?
never
as long
been-
as
I
she's
mean, I
making
can't-
the decisions that I agree to make, that's okay. I don't
Because
feel
you
like I'm
said-
being robbed, or I don't feel like I'm being put in a bad situation. If I'm like, hey, let's have this kid, she like, let's have this kid, or hey, let's get rid of this. Cool, that's cool. I don't feel like I'm being.
So,
That's something we can't control.
Interesting.
You got to deal with it.
I feel like.
And other people that don't deal with it.
So
I-
circumstances to when the man can control and when he can't? Because this situation,
well, if
I
it's
feel
a kid
like
you want,
you're
if
saying
it's
the
a-
man can't control this situation,
But Mark
right?
Davis
Well,
is
no, that's
saying
what
that
he's saying.
he's
I don't
never.
agree with that. I think control to some degree is necessary for any successful relationship.
Okay, but what was the last thing you just said, Marquavis? You said this is something we've never been able to control or something,
Yeah,
right?
if
but
it's something-
but that's why I brought
It's
in
never
the
been fair.
that's why I brought in the factor of, okay, well, why would you decide to choose a woman who's making those choices that are clearly saying it'll never be fair?
Every
Pick a
situation is not
woman-
the same. So she could have aborted these niggas' babies, but as long as I'm like, hey, don't abort this
But-
shit. She like,
So
no.
let me ask you
But
something.
whether or not she's done it, that's her moral standpoint.
Why,
Yeah.
why does her having a choice have to affect?
What I'm
If I'm messing
saying,
with her.
because what I'm saying is, you're never going to have that choice. We know that on a societal level. You're never going to be able to say, I'm not being this father, I'm not paying child support, I'm not being in life.
Unless you're dealing with a female who respects you and respects
Yeah.
your
Boom.
decision.
Yeah.
But
That's
But
it.
it's not disrespectful either, because again, she has her own.
So ask the woman, like, okay, what was the reason why you had the abortion, whatever. What was the
Yeah, I mean,
reason?
if she-
What was
That
the reason
doesn't
you
even
had it
matter,
before?
though. That don't
like,
even matter.
yeah.
Because then she's like, oh, I didn't like him like
She
that.
has a
Cool.
choice.
As long
She
as you
has a
like me
choice.
like that, I'm fine
No,
with it.
because listen, because if it was like a one night stand, and like, okay.
But I think y'all are trying
like,
to- but
so
it-
now you're responsible.
So it sounds, but so this is going in a direction of where y'all are trying to like pull an answer out of them, and they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that's really the
Yeah, but that's the whole
answer.
point of a debate,
But-
because I'm trying to get a sense from you where you're gonna see, like, okay, for example, if you're picking that woman and you guys are just like, oh, it doesn't matter what she did with him, she can do it with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
why
if she, so if so.
Reword that.
So in a previous relationship, if you dated a woman, she was pregnant and she had an abortion and did not tell this man nothing, and then she enters this and she enters a relationship with you, are you gonna feel some type of way about her having an
I feel
abortion?
like that's
It's
not
not
my
even-
business.
But that's why you have to ask, like, why you had the abortion in the first place. Like, why?
Wait.
Like,
Why did you
why?
hide it?
Wait.
Why did you hide it and why did you have it? Because if you had it because it was irresponsible on you, it was a one night stand.
What's
okay. But why did you hide it? Because you don't really.
I don't even think it has to get.
Even if the man wanted it and she was just like, no, I don't want it.
I don't even think it's not.
That's why you have to ask.
I don't even think it's not that it's that deep as far as like hiding it or anything. I'm just saying on a clear. My first question was, do you think it's fair that you don't have a choice? And you, all three of you said, no, it's not fair, but it's the world we live in.
That's life.
And then I said, okay, well then why would you, okay. And then I said, well, okay, so a woman who has had them because she has the choice and she's okay with having them, you're going to be with the woman who believes in her head she has the right to that choice, right?
Correct. She does.
Okay, wait. And then I said, okay, well, why would you choose to be with that woman who has the right to have that choice if you know you will never have that right to have that choice? So then why wouldn't you just pick the woman who doesn't believe in that at all or hasn't had that at all?
Because my thing is, I respond well to, right? The value is how you respond to whether it's instruction or whatever, how you respond to instruction from me. Right, so however these past relationships went, if they was like no and you said yeah, all right, that's cool.
So you're just talking about the character that you've already judged.
Cool. So yeah, if you're cool getting rid of him, be down to get rid of him. If I say get rid of him, but if you're down to keep him, when I say keep him, that's what matters. That's what's important, and that is really full circle to what we was talking about in the beginning, right? Because it's just a matter of are you moldable or do we have the same vision?
So for you, the main thing is whether or not she's going to take my lead in that decision as well.
I understand that she might have been
going to think for you,
and not trying to be in an arrogant way, right?
Right. No.
Maybe she was dealing with a fucking loser.
You're making perfect sense. Right. Because I was thinking, I wasn't even thinking in the sense of like submission or leading. I was just thinking in the sense of like she still can make that choice.
Right. And but it's funny because that's what everything is.
So you're not going to be with somebody who's going to just make choices without you.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So
that's the answer.
You're dealing. If I'm like, and not to sound arrogant, but if I come in, I'm like, all right, well, those niggas were losers. Of course you didn't fucking listen to them. You shouldn't listen to a loser. You shouldn't submit to a loser. But if I'm like, all right, well, I'm me. I'm clearly different from XYZ. Yeah, you should listen to me. And if you listen to me, boom, problem solved. My issue isn't, I don't have a concern because of course, you shouldn't listen to what a fucking loser has to say.
Okay.
Right?
Misguided.
That gives me more faith than you. Like, yeah, you ain't just gonna blindly submit to some fucking dork, just doing dumb shit, right? But me, if I'm not in that same boat, I'm like, all right, well, cool. You should be comfortable following my lead.
And 100%. When I gave clarity, so did you have a change of opinion or?
Come on, Quave.
No, it's the same. Like I said, if I'm fucking with you and.
So you guys have really just come to the realization that there's some things you don't have a choice on, but you are going to choose the type of woman you want, and that's that.
Okay, I just want to. So feelings, not like whether you have a choice or not. Feelings involved. So if you're messing with this woman for like 2-3 months, right, and you finally come inside her, she takes a plan B. But you already decided in your head that this is mine. Like she's my woman. Like I want to marry her, but she takes a plan B on you.
If she ain't ready, she ain't ready. I don't want her.
But you both are established in your career, your job.
It's stuff that she went through that I can't postpartum. It's all kind of stuff that she may or may not go through, or what if she's a terrible mom?
I think these three men are. I think these three, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think these three men who don't have they don't care about abortion to begin with. That's what it sounds like.
Correct.
Which is fine for you guys.
It's not that I don't
But what's the
care.
situation? Why is she doing it? Did she explain it? Did she mislead me? My biggest thing, right, and I feel like a lot of men's I feel like on average, right, trust. Trust is the biggest thing. So if you do this shit behind my back versus telling me,
but what you're saying is just a matter of the relationship dynamic. It's not about the abortion.
Yeah. At all. Okay. I don't care if you killed 10 kids, right?
Oh my God.
But if it's mine and you don't tell me and you sneak into it, that's a different story than if you.
But it's about the dynamic. It's still not about the
right because
abortion.
if you're gonna right, so if the metric is how you operate right with people, right. If we're headed to this place, if I feel like we're headed to this place, I need this separate metric. If these was one night stands or whatever the case, you can't operate by this metric and expect me to operate by that metric and still have the same result.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, we need to operate by this.
I'll say this: if she wants to abort it, right? It's. I have no choice but to be on board. Mm-hmm. If she wants, that's just me.
Yeah, but again, that's not.
So what do you do after? What do you do after? What do you do after?
Wait, go ahead.
Now, if she says, "Hey, I want to have this baby," then I feel like, okay, now my input matters because this is something I can control or have a little bit of control. Hey, I'm not ready, or hey, yeah, I'm on. I can't say I want to be a dad, so you finna go through this for 10 months that you may not want to go through.
Well, what's the reason
I think
she
that's a
wouldn't want
lot
to?
of miscommunication. So, as a man now, if I'm telling the person that I'm
As a man. You're not a man.
I'm not a man.
As a penis holder, I would like to tell you guys,
You're not letting me finish.
I'm holding a penis right now, and I would like to tell you.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
not saying me
Oh,
as
my
a
bad.
man. I'm saying in a relationship, a man as a man in a relationship, not me in general.
I'm pretty sure we got that, but go ahead.
I don't know if they.
Your followers about to go crazy. Like,
and I get pregnant, babe. I'm pregnant. You obviously need to process it because I just processed it. So you need to process it.
and then we gonna
And
get
I
it
need to know how
processed.
you feel about it. You're not going to say, so you want to keep it? I need to know how you feel about it. We need to have that discussion. Like, do you feel like we're ready? Am I
That's
ready? Are
crazy
you
because
ready?
in my situation, the first thing I said was, "Are you gonna keep it?" Like I wasn't even thinking about me making a decision. Are you gonna keep it? That's
Yeah.
the first thing I said.
But also,
But did you want to
What
keep
is the
it?
context of are you going to keep it? Like, do you want it? Or
No,
you
I'm
just
asking- I asked her.
her?
Do you
Because
wanna
he
keep
knows
it?
he doesn't have a choice, is what the point is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. It also in the context of somebody is supposed to be fit to lead in X, Y, Z. Why is that the first time you fucking think of it? Why is it you think about this shit?
Honestly,
not when you
honestly,
fucking-
I want to know what
fucking
you're,
raw.
But
what
listen,
you're,
like,
what you're
fucking
thinking
raw,
before I
you're not
tell you
thinking,
my
all right,
decision.
well, I might have a kid.
I need to know where you're at
because
before I say, well, yeah, I don't want this kid.
If I get pregnant and the guy's like, "Are you going to keep it?" I'll be like, "Do you want me to?" Like, what are your thoughts? I need to know because I don't know.
automatically think, oh, yep, he doesn't want to have this baby.
Yeah.
An
Are
abortion.
you gonna keep it? Is a no. I don't want you to keep it.
Wait,
That's what it's
so Dewan, in that context, were you guys in a relationship?
Yes.
And that was your first thought?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Were you young?
Yes.
Okay.
how long? Wait, how long together though?
6 months.
6 months to a year. Something like that.
Okay. The only reason why I asked is because like when me and Josh, I widowed
Her husband.
my husband, we got pregnant. We were together 15, 16, 2 years, and we weren't married. So I was like, I'm pregnant. He was ecstatic. He was happy. He cried. He was like, yeah, we're having a baby. But like, I knew
Again, the circumstances.
when you're young, it's
my
different.
thoughts. I was happy. I surprised him with the
Yeah,
pregnancy test.
I was gonna say
so
this-
like we were both happy.
It never crossed your mind that
Not even.
But no, look, listen.
Not even.
The
We were engaged.
The circumstances
are a little different.
were way different.
Way
because
different. But like
they lived together. They had a house.
Yeah,
they were
exactly,
engaged.
exactly.
circumstances
No,
different.
it's
So like we
very
expect
different.
it's very different. But also like I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna want to get pregnant with someone I don't want to have a baby with.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, like you said, that goes back to the accountability of who we're picking.
I'm very selective,
But-
and that's the accountability on
y'all
it.
fucking.
And that
No,
goes back to
I'm
two
very
different
selective.
concerns. That's two different concerns, right? So you're like you said, you're I'm having a baby. This is a happy moment. As a man, right? Your instinct is gonna be, how am I gonna provide for this? How am I gonna take care of both him and her? So it's a whole different thought process.
Yeah, definitely.
With the situation.
That's kind of what I was
Yeah,
trying to get
the
to.
man's thought process
it's-
is very different.
It's so different, but is there a part of you that wishes it can be fair? I mean, I know in an ideal world, I get it. You guys, yeah, I wish I could decide whether or not to be a father.
I feel like it
it's
can
hard.
be.
It's hard to change your mind to what should
Yeah,
be.
I
Because
get it.
you know what
It
should
was
be
just the
will
opinion.
never be.
Right.
So you gotta operate with you gotta play the hand you dealt.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
if that's the hand you dealt. You
I
just
feel like
gotta play
man,
with
you
it.
know, women's rights happened, you know, in like the 50s, 60s,
But I do-
whatever.
I
Men's
do
rights need
think-
to come. Y'all know
but
how
I
the
do
men's
think-
rights movement. The men's rights movement.
that shit is never coming.
Yeah.
Men's rights.
I just think stop having sex with people you don't see yourself
Yeah.
having.
Yeah,
a
I
baby
mean-
Raw sex.
Exactly.
I mean,
Stop
that's
raw sex with
I
people
think
you
that.
don't fuck with.
So the question too, even though I was trying to get the men to think, it was also I feel like more modern women, they believe in the right to choose, and they believe in the right to have if the world isn't to what their liking is, they should decide whether or not to kill their baby. And I think that the question I asked the men should be one of the biggest reasons that change women's minds, because I think if we're trying to go back to traditional values and we're trying to go back to submissive wives, I don't think there should be this
Exactly.
choice.
Why are you having raw sex with somebody you haven't vetted?
comes because they didn't have a choice back then.
Nah.
No,
that's
yeah.
bullshit.
No, I mean, this right to choose, it's
That's
gone.
bullshit.
It's feminism to the extreme.
Why would you have raw sex
But-
with somebody you didn't vet properly?
Exactly.
There's a million reasons.
No, there's not.
There is, but they're not good.
10 out of
But
a
they're
million.
not
Give me
good.
them. Give me all of
But
them.
they're not good.
Grow the fuck up. and
There's
use
a million
fucking
reasons, but they're not
condom.
good.
There's not a million reasons.
At 30,
That's bullshit.
At 30,
We just
vet who
learned
you're
that there's
dealing with.
passport brothers, and y'all
Yeah.
would go overseas and just have sex with anybody.
At 30
So
what?
so like,
At
come
30.
on.
Wait, let
y'all
us
just gonna
see.
have sex for anybody.
We didn't say go overseas and have sex with anybody. We didn't say that.
Get somebody to bring back. That's different from just going
At
out
30.
spending your fucking 220s and, you know what I mean?
Go ahead,
That's
Quaid.
different.
At 30, we can have this conversation. You had this conversation with me at 21,
Right.
22.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about where our heads are today. I'm never
A
gonna
nigga
go
at
back.
21 is just thinking about fucking everything he can touch.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
Again, if you ask
Settling
me this
down
at
is a different
21,
conversation.
22, it's a different answer from that.
Exactly.
But
That's a
yeah,
different conversation.
Yeah, I just think that my standpoint on everything you guys said is actually not opposite, but it's just different because I don't believe in abortion at all. I don't believe any woman should have the right to kill their baby. So we're gonna have different perspective there.
Now,
I agree.
I gotta put
But-
you on the hot seat.
I agree.
Now, if she got raped,
Great.
Anomaly, bro. One in several million, bro.
This is
This is another conversation. You can't get into this right now because she has a whole explanation.
no.
on
I mean,
why.
I definitely believe that there's less than 1% is grape. 99% of abortions are elective.
so are you
also?
pro-choice? Are you pro-choice?
Not at
No,
all.
she's not.
And also, 40% of women who have had abortions have more than two. So we can get into it, but again, that's gonna lead into a bigger topic. But yeah, even in instances, the less than 1%. Again, I don't like to talk about the exception because that isn't 99%. But if we are talking about the less than 1%, then I would still.
Okay,
I would
let's talk
be
about the
pro-
majority. Let's say again, how many of these are broken houses?
The majority uses
probably
that shit
a lot
as
of
birth
them.
control.
Or do you?
I'm pro life all the way, even in the 1%.
Even in a broken household,
even in no matter,
trauma.
because I don't think of the value of a person's life is dictated on what the world can be like
And peep,
in potential.
To
If they-
support what you're saying, Peep, look at your circumstances, right? Look how you came up. Look how much you,
You
make.
know how
Look
I
how
came up?
I do to an extent. Look how much you make compared to how you came
How did I
up.
come up?
How did what?
How did I come up?
I mean, you were pretty open about it.
So how did I come
like
up?
his struggles, or what do you?
Yeah, I was in the system. I was
Yeah.
in the CPS.
So, and the
Correct.
thing-
Hey, but Peep,
but
but
listen,
Peep,
but
Peep,
listen.
she's saying, do you give those kids a chance that would have been aborted? Basically, and I'm saying, nigga, you came up in worse circumstances and listen.
Okay,
But you're making a good earning. So give them niggas a chance just like you would give yourself a chance. If she's saying these kids would have been fleshed because of XYZ, you would have been fleshed too. But you made a good living for yourself.
My parents were married when I was born. So it's,
But
it's
listen,
different.
but listen,
what I'm
but
saying
listen,
is-
but listen.
I get what he's trying to
I get what
And
he's trying to
you
say,
guys
too.
have to understand too, if we're going to talk about going into the system, adoption and going into foster care are two completely different standpoints, right? Foster care is
They're
for
not.
reunification.
They're not.
Foster care is for reunification. It is for parents that are trying to get their kids back. That's why they're fostered. Now, adoption, there is a longer wait list for people who want to adopt than there's even kids being born.
You know who
So,
adopts most of the time?
A Christian.
The fosters.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they're not exclusive from each other. But what I'm saying is, if we were to adopt the babies that are being aborted, they would be adopted. There's a longer wait list for people who want to adopt than there are babies being born. And also, abortion was created by eugenicists. So it was people who were trying to purify our population, trying to keep only white.
Eugenics.
Yes.
Facts.
It was trying to keep our population white, and it was trying to keep them not disabled. And they wanted to abort all disabled babies. So when those Planned Parenthood is the biggest abortion place, right? And they were being placed specifically in the hoods and in people of color. So when we talk about the right to choose, we're talking about how there is 40% of the black population has been exterminated through abortion. So we're talking about exterminating our people of color when we talk about abortion, whichever way you look at it, whether it's the right to choose or whether grape or less than 1% of people. So again, we can get into that, but that really wasn't where my focus was going. I was just trying to get this masculine, feminine, men versus women ideal. But we are.
I still have. I hear everything.
Yeah.
You're saying. I still have.
I think it's just for another conversation.
Yeah.
The
same-
same. There's Brenda's and there's.
The same niggas you saying. The same.
We're wrapping it up. We're not talking about that no more.
It's another conversation.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, y'all can come back for
So,
that conversation.
Yeah, no, but I definitely think that this was a great conversation. I want to
Yes.
thank you guys personally for coming and giving us your time today.
We'll be back next
Talk
time.
a
We've
lot.
never-
This is officially our longest podcast
we've never had an
in
episode
history.
this
Next
long.
week, but
But-
like maybe.
But before we
Maybe.
leave, I want to give our guests 30 seconds to say whatever you want to say. You can wrap it up. You can say thank you. You could just give us whatever your last bit of thoughts, and then we'll
Don't
say
take too
goodbye.
much.
I'm gonna go ahead and go first since I know Jay gonna take forever.
He has
30 seconds.
You can borrow some of my time. I just want to say thank you guys for letting me come out here, man. And this ain't gonna be the last time you go
Yes.
see this.
Yes.
We probably gonna be back next time they do some recording. I'm probably gonna be here everywhere. I mean, if I gotta climb through the window, like
Taking
Brother.
long as fuck.
Oh my God!
Go,
That's
Jay.
what she said.
What's your 30 seconds? What do you want to say?
Thank you, Dwan. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, is it on me?
Yes, come on, cue ball.
30 seconds. 29.
Hey, what up, man? Appreciate y'all for opening your home. The chips was fire. The Henny was even more fire. Appreciate it.
That's a blue
Any
ball.
last
We got-
thoughts?
hey, we gonna come back through, do some ASMR.
Yep.
Eating shit in the camera.
Oh my God!
Go, Quay.
Last
I want to
thoughts.
say
Final
thank you
thoughts.
for having me again.
Of course.
I was here a long time ago.
Oh, you think you
No, it was just
Cool kid.
MST. Now we got the A in the building.
Thank you. That is me. I am the A.
Always good to have a conversation with y'all. Tiana was pointing at me.
Oh my God.
With that, I wasn't pointing at her. She was pointing at me.
That's your last thought.
There's
You gonna go
reasons
with
behind
Final
that.
thought.
that's your final thought.
Thanks.
That's you guys
Tiana
say.
was pointing at me.
Oh,
Dang.
Lord Jesus.
Ladies, do you
Okay.
guys have anything to say to our guests?
Thank you guys for coming. We
right.
Thank
appreciate
you for
all of
bringing
you guys.
us food, but eating it all.
Right, that part.
Thank
You guys,
so much.
you guys were amazing. The conversations were
Controversial.
thank you. Controversial.
Very
I
controversial.
was like
To say the
controversial.
least.
Ashley struggles with big words.
Don't do it like that.
You guys know
Oh, we gonna do our eight. Wait, everyone take a chip. Okay.
top 3 chips. Not
said
three.
8
Top
chips.
three.
You
Top
had
3
like
and not
sushi.
cheap.
So they bought us these chips.
And they do a ASMR on the side.
The
so.
ASMR on the side.
We're gonna
so
do
we
a
gonna
little-
eat our little chip.
Go ahead, everybody.
Come on.
Right?
These are good.
Oh, my crabs on
That hurt.
He ready.
I'm on a diet.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Eat one.
Eat a chip.
I'm on a diet.
Okay.
Sunday.
Anyway,
Eat the fucking chip.
thank you guys.
So
so
thank
much
you
for
guys
coming.
for coming. Yes, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and please leave us any topics or any stories or anything
All
that
the
you'd like to provide us for our next episodes.
And tune in for our OnlyFans when we put gravy on
Oh
our
my
bodies.
God.
And do it.
Wait, nobody got no.
Don't listen to
OnlyFans.
him. Thank you. Bye.
Wait, they gotta say.
Donation.
They had to say their names.
Oh, your names go.
Oh, this is D. I accept all monetary donations.
You want to plug any socials?
No, I don't want to plug my social security number, nothing like that.
Jay Run a Play. That's on Instagram. That's Jay. And then run and then play.
Okay.
Jay don't run at all.
Quave, you want to plug anything?
I'm just Marquavis. Instagram, Twitter.
Smooth as fuck.
He's the only one with that name.
You're right.
Learn how to spell it. But, Marquavis.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Thank you guys.